What are we thinking? Do we have time to run walls?
Touchdown! Oh, Kenyon Drake! A miracle! Miraculous in Miami!
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
Philly special. Ready?
It's Hester trying to work it back to the middle. Gets past the first wave, and here he goes. It's Hester inside the 30. Hester's going to take it all the way for a touchdown. And no flag, 92 yards.
What's happening? This is Far From Lombardi, and this is Tony Plant, your new host. So how are we, boys?
Sound, mate.
Hi, mate.
How are you, Tom?
Did you miss me?
I did, you know.
Nice to have Clark Kent with us.
No, it's well better having Tom sat here and not having to sit next to Rob. I actually feel like
There's a space on the couch.
It's a bit more space.
I'll be honest, I feel too big for this seat. I thought,
You look too big for the seat.
I thought I'd try the seat for once and just see how, like, I won't host. I'll just, like, be on it.
Being sat in that seat, put yourself in Mark's shoes.
Yeah.
What thoughts do you think go through Mark's head when he looks down and sees the two of you sat here?
Well, he's probably looking at Rob's belly just hanging out to you like this for most of the time. But no,
I don't think Mark has thoughts go through his head. That's the problem.
no, he does definitely.
I'm sure it's
definitely
just
does.
echoing.
I thought the going through was the problem.
Yeah, Mark. So where have you been anyway, Tom?
Oh,
Let's not talk about Mark because he's
well,
not here.
it's a dad's podcast, isn't it?
It's now Dar from Lombardi.
Right,
Yeah.
Dar from
It's
Lombardi.
changed.
Yeah, we've gone viral with our dad chat. So we're just.
So do you want the paternity leave chat or just the general life chat?
paternity leave?
Yeah.
He's been off, hasn't he?
Yeah, but he's been back since he's had
No.
the second one.
So I was planning to take my paternity leave not last month, October.
Right, so you didn't take any paternity leave when baby was first
You can
born?
take it in the first 6 months.
Yeah,
so my plan was
right.
to take it in October.
Yeah.
Now, because Katie was early,
Yeah.
ended up sort of taking it
Had to
straight
just-
away.
Couldn't you take that as illness or like?
Well, when I went over, I did. So when
Right.
I didn't know. If I'd have
Yeah.
known, if I'd have been smart, I'd have said compassionate leave.
Yeah.
And then taken my paternity later. But I took my paternity straight away. Then, after the 2 weeks was up, it was compassionate leave after that. Da-da-da-da-da. And then they never took my paternity leave payout in the summer, in June or July. So I thought, great. They've not actually taken my wage, but they did it in October.
Right.
Nice.
And my wage came in on Halloween on the 1st of November. And I'm not talking like 50, 60 quid into my overdraft.
Yeah.
Straight into my overdraft on the 1st. November was a horrible month.
Oh, not leaving the house.
No, and usually that's my dream. Not having to see people, like not leaving the house. But, and again, you know, this is the second bit of it. Having 2 kids.
Don't do it.
Well, you did do that yourself.
Don't do it.
And like when you've
That
got one
was
of
an
them
option.
at a time,
It
you know,
was
like
an
one-
option.
I know.
Well, I want 2 kids and Cass determined to only have 1.
Don't
Yeah,
get,
but you don't want
get
two-
me
you
chatting
don't-
to Kath then.
You don't want 2 like back to back, do you?
Yeah,
No, I want you
just give
3
it
or
a-
4. Like when one starts school, the other one to pop out. That's what
Right.
that's what I'm planning. The aim is for. One starts school, the other one plops out. We're all good to go.
I think you're a smart man to do that.
I think you might be too obese to have kids by then, though.
Nah, I'll lose weight by then.
Like 2.5 years away.
No, we're in routine then.
That's
We'll be in a routine. I can get back to the gym.
Yeah, your routine is just fucking getting fatter and fatter and fatter.
At the moment,
Just get an ice cube tray, put some samples in, stick it in your freezer.
I'll be fine.
To be
Frost-
fair,
Yeah.
do you know what? To be fair as well, the other thing is because Rob's doing his other podcast now, and he thinks he's going to like actually make it, and he's been like
It's doing quite well. Like,
he's been
Oh, yeah.
he's been retweeting all the people that have smashed it on other podcasts, like saying, "Oh, we've had them on here, we've had them on here."
yeah.
Like
We're
attention
basically like the Ajax of the Northwest podcast scene. So like someone will come on our podcast, do dead well, and then we'll go on to a bigger podcast.
Oh,
We get
okay.
loads of attention,
Okay.
and we're like, well, we
We
knew
had you first.
we knew, yeah. He's come through our system.
So that means
And it's always worked out well for Ajax, hasn't it? You know, the odd like last 16 in the Champions League.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
So is me
Robert
coming
ticked
tonight
that.
like a group game against an English side? How would you compare it?
League Cup.
Apoel Nicosia away.
Was you know when the
when you're
them
under
amateur
23s,
teams have
when
to
you're
play
under 23s play
FA Cup qualifying three rounds.
What's that cup where you're under 23s play
Right,
like
can we
a
stop-
League 2 team?
Can we stop taking the mick out of that because we're in the quarterfinals of that?
A what?
It's
The
that
Papa John's Trophy.
that under
The
23s
Papa John's Trophy.
that under 23s league.
Yeah. Yeah, but the under
So
23s.
who's left in it in the Papa John's Trophy?
Bolton Wanderers.
Who else?
Chelsea under 23s.
Chelsea under 23s.
Yeah, I think that's it for the under 23s. But they can only get so far anyway.
What do you mean? So they get to the semis, you get by.
The under 23s can win out, but they're not going to Wembley. It's got to be a league club that wins it.
What the fuck?
So how does that work? So if you
need to pay attention.
If you get Bolton,
in a couple of years.
If you get Bolton in the semi, so Bolton get Chelsea under 23s in the semis, is that a buy then?
I genuinely don't know how that bit works, but we won't get Chelsea because we're in the northern bit. And we'll smash Chelsea anyway. It's Chelsea.
I just don't understand. Like,
how are Bolton getting on?
All right. Right.
Hey, do you have one last night?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
In Rafa we trust.
Didn't watch it.
Yeah, because you're having a year off, aren't you?
Yeah, no.
You're on 12 months paternity leave from the Ev.
Do you know what wound me up as well? So like I was looking through Twitter and I was like 27-minute walkout and I was like nobody left and I was like, well that's annoying. I was like, why couldn't everyone just have my stance where you just don't even turn up? You know what I mean?
Just have a year off.
Just fuck them off for a year.
What's 27's significance?
What do you mean?
The minute
27 years since they won a trophy, innit?
Yeah.
Why would you want to remind yourself of that? That's his job.
Oh no, everyone reminds everyone of that. Like everyone in Liverpool knows last time Everton won a trophy.
Is it 27
all the time? Every derby game it gets brought
I
up.
thought it was more than 27 years.
But
no, it's not because I'm 32 and I was 5. Right. 6-ish. On a stretch.
Just feels like more than 27 years, doesn't it?
Well, do you know what? It's one of them, innit? You can't hate me. I can't be hate by Everton at the minute.
I thought
I sort of bossed that. No, no one has ever texted Everton have won a trophy. Because it didn't, text messaging didn't exist until 1997.
I did see that and it didn't hate.
So no one has ever texted Everton have just won a trophy.
Didn't hate.
And if they did, then ironically.
Didn't hate.
The more you say it, the more...
Yeah.
Honestly,
it's like Goodwill Hunting this.
Honestly,
it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
So last night,
he's gonna break down crying in a minute. Not you, man. Not you.
Last night, right? So I was obviously a check live score.
Yeah.
Because I am having a year off. You still got to check, haven't you? So check live score. Seeing Richarlison goal disallowed. It's like typical Everton. Checked half time, getting beat 1-0, and I was like, fucking obviously that's gonna happen. And then check back at the end of the game. It's like, Everton won 2-1. I was like, didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't even see the score. I got out of here because I was recording the podcast. Got out of here and
the podcast, not the other podcast. The podcast.
It's called our podcast, is what I said.
I don't think you did.
I did.
Luckily, the people out there
they'll know. Tweet Tom, call him a knobhead. Oh no, he's not on Twitter.
Allowed on the internet.
He's not allowed on the internet anymore.
Plenty of places you shouldn't be allowed.
Are you allowed on the dark web? Oh.
Yeah. Nobody checks that. Nobody checks that.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm just reading through my text, like just going for the group message, and just like watching Everton fans text, trying to work out the score. You wouldn't have believed he'd won. Like, genuinely, I got to 10 o'clock. I was thinking, it looks like, from what I can gather, they got beat 2-0. And then I checked the score. I was like, what the fuck's happened?
Do you know what, right? So I was looking through Twitter and I was like, do you know what? I've gone down a dark hole here, and it really wound me up because I was like reading tweets, and it was like, you've never won the game before ever in your life, and you're giving Everton fans stick for not walking out or for staying or for being a shambles of a club, which we clearly are.
It's because you know they're going to bite, though. You know people are going to bite.
But you're watching them, and it's like watching if Mark was literally there and he was going, oh yeah, Everton is shit, and it's like, Mark, you've never been, lad.
You got married there.
Yeah, well, there you go.
The one and only time he's been.
Mark gets more upset than you when I make a dig at the Ev.
Yeah, because he's not a real fan.
Is it the insecurity of?
It's probably what it is. Yeah. It's like when
I'm not a real
people
fan anymore.
Like when people from Kirby and that get called a not scouse and they fucking raise the back up and like, you fucking cheeky bastard.
Yeah, fucking. Well,
I turned that game off at half time to read a book about walls. That's how good that game was.
Well, I phoned my dad before.
What, the sausages?
No.
I phoned my dad before and he was made up with Evan. So that's
good. Nice for him.
That's good.
Nice rounded back.
He's seen it.
Nice rounded back to the subject of the podcast.
He's seen Everton win the league as well. So
how's fatherhood going for you? With your year off? Yeah.
For me, it's going all right. Yeah, a bit of teething problems on Sunday. That wasn't fun.
Yeah.
Watched the Dolphins game and then couldn't really watch much else because baby wouldn't settle.
Yeah, we're in a bit of sleep regression at the moment, I think.
See, I remember last year, right, and I was thinking back to it today.
And he's just started walking as well.
Oh,
good.
Yeah, not with sleep regression though.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still in his cot though, isn't he? So.
He is still in his car. So he's not getting out and walking, but he's just fucking. He's walking now, and I haven't done the cupboards or nothing, have I?
Obviously.
So it's like.
Obviously.
So it's
can
like.
you just explain to everyone who isn't a dad what you're meant to do before your kid starts.
Yeah, you're meant to like put locks on the cupboard so when you pull it, it doesn't just open. But I haven't done that yet. Obviously, I've bought them. Of course, I've bought them, and they're just sitting there.
Or you've told your bird that you bought them.
No, she's bought them. She's bought them.
Okay.
So I haven't bought nothing, have I? So they're just there. I keep telling myself I need to take a day off and do all that.
I need to take a day off.
Yeah, to just sort the house out.
What do you even do
exactly.
to take a day
well,
off?
here's the thing, Tony. I need to take a day off. You know what I've done today? Went back to bed. You know what I've done yesterday? Went back to bed. Literally, the last 2 weeks.
You know what?
Because I've been shocked at the weekends. The last
off.
2 weeks on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which are the days I'm actually meant to work, I've got in, had a wank and gone back to bed.
Do you know what I'd hate?
Every single time.
I'd fucking hate?
And I've never even meant to. I just had a wank and then fell asleep. Every single day.
I really hate the fact that if your other podcast does well, you will not drive a taxi anymore and you'll become even lazier than you currently are.
No, I'll just start like smashing the podcast out.
Yeah, but
I'll have about 5. I'll start one on the NBA.
Yeah, but you sit in a seat, so like
Yeah. I might start going to the gym. Who knows?
You wouldn't.
I literally said
the
I've decided because I've stopped like really working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I've got jobs booked in. Don't tell me bird. She thinks I'm still working.
Clip this
because I've like stopped working. I keep telling myself, yeah, on Mondays, what I'll do once I finish my school job, I'll go to the gym because I can't go of a morning because I'm getting him. Waking him up, giving him brekkie, getting him ready. Can't go overnight because then like doing these podcasts, seeing me bird, going to sorting him out, go pick him up from nursery.
See me, but like he's 15.
Hang on a minute,
like,
seeing me bird. Hang on, did you hear what? No, you wouldn't have heard because you don't listen. But he had to go at me last week because I said I was babysitting.
You don't babysit your own kids
because I was babysitting. No, Tom.
You don't babysit your own kids.
You do. No, you do when your bird's out.
Yeah, I had them both on Friday night.
See, that's babysitting.
Yeah, but you weren't babysitting. You just had your children.
No, I didn't call it babysitting, but I had both the kids on Friday night.
What did you call it?
Having both the kids.
No.
What's they call it? Just being in the house.
Yeah.
No, you called it a shit night or something fucking really worse.
They were all right, and then
she was a nightmare.
I went to bed at like 9:45 with like both. I've got two what are they called?
Monitors.
The monitors. I've got one each side of me.
Right.
So I fell asleep 9:45.
Well, isn't the oldest one? Does the oldest one still need a monitor?
Well, only because he's not well at the minute.
Right.
It's only because he's not well. So I've got a monitor each side. Fell asleep 9:45, thinking she'll be back in an hour. She sent me some pictures. She was out with my family.
Right.
But because the meal was 7:00, it was like, right, you never get a time out of the house.
Yeah.
You go out, I'll have the kids. She comes home 1:45 in the morning, absolutely steaming.
Yeah.
And there's like shoes on the stairs, jacket on the floor. She comes in and sort of stumbles into the room and then goes, "You've got to step up tonight." I'm thinking, that was her own
fucking hell. Yes. The last time I stepped up, that's how we ended up with the second one.
And I'm thinking, step up tonight. It's 1:00 in the morning.
Fucking hell, I was going to start the podcast with that. You need to step up tonight.
Got up, went into the toilet to have a wee.
Yeah.
And as soon as I start having a wee, boom, door goes. Gone. And she wasn't sick once. She was sick 5, 6 times.
Oh.
Not in the sink, not in the bath, right on the floor.
You had to step up then. You had to look at the 3 of them. Oh.
Yeah. So that was last Friday.
It was the worst.
What do you mean it was the worst?
Look after Air.
Yeah.
Air,
oh, absolutely. 100%.
So you were babysitting.
Babysitting your bed.
All right. 1:00 in the morning. 1:00 in the morning.
She started babysitting.
Yeah.
Oh no! What I've had so before I come here, literally before I come. So I'm talking about like fucking baby proofing the drawers. I don't need to because my bird's level of perception and logic, it doesn't exist. So the drawers are just fucking shocker. Shows to me that drawer won't open. Like, right, sound. It's like, what's in it? I don't know, me Kindle or something. It's like, right, great. So I'm there with a fucking bread knife, just trying to wedge it in, push whatever down, it's down, thinking this must be, since we moved into this house, I must do this at least twice a year. Why? How can you not have learned the first time? I mean, like, I'd already had a go at her, or I'd already sniped at her, because she was like, I can't sit down because I can't move this bike. It's like, no, you can, because I do it every night. It's like it's like a little trike. Said I do it every night. Just move it. Just look where the gap is and move the bike in between the gap. And she's there going bang, 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 bang. Like don't rag it. Just fucking look where the gap is. Use a bit of common sense. Slow down and just find the gap.
Got any common
and then
sense
bang,
she's with
bang,
you.
bang,
You
bang.
realised that
And the same with the fucking drawer. It's like, you know when the drawer is squeezing it in, it's not going to come out. So don't overload it. Just if you can't fit in the drawer, it needs to go somewhere else. And then, and never.
I feel like that's the first time you've said that, though.
No,
Don't
I've
tell
said
me
it
that that's what you've said, but I
every single time. No,
that.
every single time. And she's ignoring. I'm sure she's like thinks I'm a dickhead, which,
well,
can you blame her? Because I am.
Well,
like,
you've just admitted that you only work like 1 day a week.
No, I work every day because I do my school every day. And then I do a few jobs that are booked in that are overpriced, so I get good wage off them.
Unbelievable.
And then a gig at the weekend.
Fucking believable.
Then a gig at the weekend. Well,
YouTube just heard that.
It's a seller's market now, mate.
It is.
So
It is.
can't get a taxi.
in Liverpool is fucking impossible. I had to walk home from town.
I know. I hear that all the time. Oh, waited 4 hours for a taxi, did you? Yeah, ka-ching. Tell me again. So where you going? That's going to be 30 quid. But round the corner, really? That seems a bit expensive. Yeah, it does. But there's 3 hours wait. Otherwise, so it's up to you. So anyway, yeah.
Robin cunt.
Yeah, gig at the weekend. So I'm doing all right. Like, so I take me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays a bit of time on my own, and it's great. So don't moan at me for not working.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday time on his own. The baby's not in the house.
Baby's in nursery.
And then he gigs Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to deal with the baby then.
Yeah.
And then he gets
I deal with the baby all day Thursday, all day Friday.
Oh, well done.
And
deal with the baby.
I deal with the baby every morning. I deal with the baby every morning. I pick the baby up from nursery Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. So don't make out that I don't deal with the baby. I'm the primary parent in this situation. I've told her this. She's like a weekend mum. That's what she is. A weekend mum. Comes takes us a weekend and then tells me I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, fuck off.
You fucking don't. You just literally fucking just said you have 3 days off and then you go work overnight and just go out on the ale.
I don't know. You just threw the ale into it. I don't go on the ale at all. I have to drive to gigs. Where was I anyway? Yeah, so she's fucking wrecking the drawers. So that had done me head in. And then what else did we argue? Oh, we didn't argue. Going to a gig on Friday. So I had a little job up to Keighley. Some girl going to a log cabin for the weekend. And then I had to go and drive down to Matlock. Yeah, drive down to Matlock to go.
You heard log cabin. Double fare.
Yeah.
What has it got a hot tub? That's another 50 quid.
Yeah, you can't have a good time unless I'm getting paid.
Exactly. So anyway, so then I had to go down to Matlock for the gig. So I'm fucking driving down to Matlock. Oh yeah. So before I go, I thought, right, well I'm literally from 12 o'clock. Oh, at 12 o'clock I took someone to Manchester for the Christmas markets. So I was out all day. So
Manchester Christmas markets are good, by the way. Well, better than Liverpool.
Yeah, so weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
busy.
what are Bolton's Christmas markets like?
Shocking.
Exactly.
You don't want to
So and from 12 o'clock I was out. So I thought I'm not going in my gig gear. So I need to get a bag ready. So start looking for my bag.
Did you get your...
You have a gig outfit?
Yeah, he has...
No, I'm not...
No,
I've seen him. I've seen him.
No, but I mean, did you not know
It was
as
a
well?
white T-shirt when I saw
No, but I'm not like, I'll drive my cabin or something like this. I'm not going to then go on stage in trackies and...
Before his
like a
gig, though,
jumper.
Tommy has to get into his shorts, and I've heard this other podcast, and he does a bit of shadow boxing to get himself pumped up for it. Oh, I listened, Rob. I listened.
Why did get into me shorts again? Well, we added that into. I don't like get into training gear.
I listened to your podcast and you said before you go on stage to get rid of your fucking stage fright.
No, not stage fright. Your little fucking ampness, your little overexcitedness, nervous energy.
Yeah, so
no stage fright.
But
anyway,
can I ask
I'm looking for my bag.
Ask a gig question?
Yeah, in a minute. I'm looking for my bag. So the place where it's meant to be, go into there, just fucking shit show. Just like, no need for this. So I'm starting to throw stuff looking for it. You know what I'm throwing? Empty boxes, like nappy boxes that are empty. That are just still in the cupboard. Just sucking there, fucking fuming, like fucking quilts and a pillow, which I've said many times, under the cot. Why can't that go under the cot? Do you know why? Because she doesn't want to look at it. It's like no, look messy. Like as opposed to this shit show. Like let's just leave this door open and then maybe this will get sorted out because that'll look messy. So anyway, couldn't find it. Fuming. Then I go under the bed. Got a divan bed, so storage underneath it. go under the bed, can't find it. Just fucking his toys for him that are like for 3 to 4 year olds that she's seen and decided to buy because it looks good, even though he's not going to play with them for 3 or 4 years.
Bongo set.
So I'm there like, yeah, sounds to me Mars at the moment. So I'm there and I'm just screaming. No one's in the house. She's in work, and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. Don't buy another fucking thing until this gets sorted out and gone through. Until these start getting used. Not another fucking box just coming into this house. Then I find my bag, calm down, make my bag go. So I'm driving to the gig. She calls me up. She's like, starts talking to me. I'm like, oh yeah. And she goes to me, oh, so-and-so fell out with their partner today. I was like, oh, right, sound, what happened? He said he was just a bit fed up and tired. And I was like, oh, you can understand that. At some point this weekend, I'm doing loads of work this weekend. At some point this weekend, I'm probably fed up and tired. He's like, you're allowed to have emotions. Like, you can't like hold it against the lad. He's allowed to be fed up. That's an emotion. Being fed up is an emotion. You can't take it personally. And she's like, no. And I was like, just today, for example, I tried to find the bag, told the story of me screaming and shouting and that, and you could see down the phone here, her tongue must have been bleeding by how much she was having to bite it, because I was going, yeah, I was screaming and all that, but like, I didn't have a go at you, because I knew like, once I found a bag, I'd calm down, but you just got to let go. Like, emotions are like legitimate and all that, and you can see her going, you could just feel it through the phone here, thinking, you big fat fucking knobhead, what about this? What about that? What about you do this? What about you do that? And I was there going, oh, I'm glad I told her this, because I know she's going to spend the whole night fucking fuming the way I've been fuming all day about it. And she can't tell me off because I've gone, but yeah, I didn't say nothing. I didn't do nothing. It was just like, I just felt a bit frustrated, but it's all fine now.
But you said you didn't say anything, but you did though, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Sly, wasn't it?
Right, my gig question.
Yeah, go on.
Right, so my favourite bit of your gig was the bit about the bit about transitioning to middle class.
Podcast,
we'll do it in an hour. We'll do it in an hour. You said about you transitioning to middle class, right? Yeah. But I saw you in your natural habitat on the docks, like surrounded by friends.
Yeah.
A home crowd, if you will.
Yeah.
How does that go down in Matlock?
In Matlock? Oh, sound. Because what I do is...
Just the novelty of having a Scouser there.
Yeah, it's like talking about me middle class. So what I do, I just attack them then. So like, I'll talk about I want to be middle class and be like, oh yeah. So think of me as like King Louis from the Jungle Book. Like, I want to be like you. I want to walk like you. I want to talk like you. And then I just start having go with them and be like, so like, when I do, I've got a joke about like how it's middle class. Yeah, this is what I've started doing because I'm middle class. And then I'll say like, you're all just fucking liars. And then I'll just attack them like, who here likes red wine? It's like, you're just fucking lazy. You don't like red wine? You're fucking lazy. Red wine's a myth. No one likes red wine. You just like not having to go to the fridge. That's the only reason anyone drinks red wine. Fucking tell yourself you're being cultured because it's room temperature. You're a lazy cunt who doesn't want to go off the couch. So just start attacking them. And then they all think it's a novelty.
Yeah,
like, oh, look at this.
Because they know you're gone in an hour.
Look at this monkey boy attacking us. Like, so it's funny, yeah.
They know you're getting back in the car in an hour and they'll never see you again.
Yeah.
But if they knew that you live around the corner, different
possibly,
scenario.
Yeah, well, that's if I tried to do the jokes they're doing for me, they'd be like, this cunt thinks he's moving to Formby.
You're desperate to talk NFL, aren't you?
Well, yeah, seeing as though I'm the host and you should just ramble.
Well, host the show then. You've lost authority already.
Direct us through
literally
through the conversation.
22 minutes, you've lost this podcast.
You know what? I'm not even asked. I'll just fucking get up and walk out now.
Some host that. Just doing a Preston and never mind the buzz.
Fuck this shit. No, did you hear what I got? Rob's lad, his birthday.
No.
Yeah, so I phoned Rob and he was stressed because he was having a party. And you know when you know someone's stressed and you ring them like an hour or two before you go into the party. So I phoned him and was like, hey Rob, what's the worst thing I could buy? Like, what's the worst thing that I could get him for his birthday? Yeah. And because he was so stressed, he just answered.
Just answered.
Do you know what I mean?
Another fucking thing in his house that makes noise, I think I said.
Rob.
And I was just like, okay. Yeah. Smith's Toys, bongo set. Let's go.
And it's at Grandma's.
It's at Grandma's now, yeah. Look, I managed to get it to Grandma's in another sneaky way. Place on blind as me, you know. She was like, oh, I've got a meeting. And in the meeting, we're all bringing like something that makes noise. I don't know what the whole thing was about or something, but it was something to make noise for the work meeting. I was like, oh yeah, I've got these lovely bongos here. And someone else was like, yeah, just take them. And I've never picked them up. Never ever took them back or picked them up.
Your bird said, oh, he fucking loves them bongos. And I was like, fucking get in there.
He does like, I had a little play with them, they are decent. Like.
I was like, fucking.
Just fucking.
But anyway, I know you're all bored and probably turned off by now. Sorry for
It's
losing
Dar
track.
from Lombardi.
Sorry for losing track.
Listen, this is how we went viral. We're sticking with what works.
No, I thought we went viral when you slated Mike Parsons.
No, we went viral when I had slated me kid for not being let me be hungover. 40,000 views that got.
Well, you know.
Talking about hangover guilt.
Oh, yeah. But to be fair, if the Micah Parsons would have come out a bit later on, when he was like...
Now he's smashing it. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so look at that for a fucking segue. All Thursday night
Dallas
football.
Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys 27, New Orleans Saints 17.
Right.
You watched it?
I watched it. Well, I watched Game 40 on Friday morning, obviously.
I never. Didn't watch any of it. Do you know why I didn't watch any of it?
Trevor Simeon. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was Taysom Hill.
How the
Taysom Hill,
fuck?
still shite.
How the
5
fuck can
interceptions
you
and-
watch any sort of football with Taysom Hill as the quarterback?
I don't know, because he actually played 3 good quarters
He threw 4 picks.
and then threw 4 picks in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. 4 picks, Rob.
Yeah, the minute he got behind, the minute he had to chase it, it just fucking fell apart.
Well, no,
It's like
it was never, it was never like he was going to win it.
It's like Lamar Jackson for the last 2 years, where everyone used to say the Ravens can't fall behind because they can't throw the ball. That was Taysom Hill. The minute the Cowboys got more than a score lead and he had to try and push it, game over.
I'll be honest, 10 points between that quarterback and the Dallas defense.
Yeah.
Not a bad showing, that.
The Dallas defense has fallen off, though, hasn't it, the last 3 or 4 weeks? It's not been the same.
Yeah, Diggs hasn't had any picks.
Like, it's only Micah Parsons, and Micah Parsons is like, I don't know, they had injuries or something. I don't know what it is, but anyway, their defense has fallen off, except for Micah
I
Parsons,
thought the Cowboys
who is going to be Defensive Rookie of the Year, or probably
Yeah,
Defensive
of course he
Player
is.
of the Year.
I don't know about play.
Whoa.
Who's played better defensively than him?
Jalen Phillips.
Fuck off, Tony.
Well, he just broke the rookie record at Miami
For what?
for sacks.
At Miami.
At Miami's rookie record.
Yeah.
Yeah, sound, yeah.
Yeah, it's
still
early doors.
Yeah, sound, yeah.
Still loads of time left. Still got to play the Jets.
Yeah, sound. Oh, I wonder which one's the tallest
Forgot you were Santi and the Jets fan.
Had a Snow White and a 7 Dwarfs. Wonder which one was tallest. Which one held that record? And he was dead impressed.
What do you mean?
Like, having the rookie record in Miami is like being the tallest dwarf.
Why?
He's still pathetic.
Hang on a minute. We've won what? 5 on the bounce. Don't fucking come to me saying pathetic. I've seen the Chiefs some games this season. At least we were consistently shite, and now we're consistently good. Whereas the Chiefs have been inconsistent all year and shite.
Still going to get the number 1 seed in the AFC, though, aren't we?
And then get beat by the Patriots.
Nah.
Yeah. Mac Jones is going to throw free passes, and you're going to get beat.
God, I can't wait to talk about that.
Right, come on.
So-
Any more about the Dallas then?
No, because there's no point.
You can't learn a lot from that. I thought when
See, well, Cooper was back, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't really do much. CD Lamb's officially number 1 there now.
the
He's
fact
the
that
boy.
obviously they had Prescott out for a bit and it didn't fall apart, I think is a big reason why Dallas are going to. Looking at it, it's them or Washington at the top of that for me.
For division?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's their division, I think. I think Dallas win that division. I'm watching 2 games out.
Yeah.
That's too many.
Anyway, move on to Sunday. The Indianapolis Colts 31 and against
Get the job
Houston
done, don't need the
Texans,
Colts.
0. Colts are going championship game.
Nothing.
Thoughts?
They're not.
Well, I hope so because I had a bet with you
They're
on that.
not.
And
At
I
the
had a
start.
bet with him as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah,
And I had a bet with a few other people about the Colts going to championship
Colts
game.
won't go championship game, but the Colts will go. Colts will go playoffs, and then they'll probably win the first week. Colts are they're like City, Man City, in the sense that they just beat bad teams. Like, if there's a bad team in front of them, they get the job done. And then when they come up against a good team, it could go either way. But the Colts just beat bad teams. There's never a worry.
I think if it gets to the playoffs, you're right, but it just takes one win for them to shake that off. That whole feeling of
Just
we
takes
beat who we're
Jonathan
supposed to
Taylor
beat.
to run the ball 30 times.
We'll see. I don't know. What do you think about Jonathan Taylor for
Who
cause
is-
to be MVP?
No.
Who
I
is-
mean, there's
who is
nobody,
MVP
there's
this year?
nobody else.
Yeah.
Well, there's one person, but you
Who?
just hate that. So we won't go down that route.
Do not say Taylor.
What?
Who's MVP this year?
Jalen Waddle.
Come on.
Fucking obviously.
Come on.
Just wait till he puts 20 receptions up against the
Now I know what it
Jets.
feels like when the homes are just obsessed with the Chiefs.
No, Jonathan Taylor can't. He can't. You just can't win MVP as a running back. I'm not having it.
He is incredible.
If he wins them that division,
He is incredible.
then I would think he deserves the MVP.
Alongside the Colts O-line being
O-line
incredible.
is also incredible.
I mean, obviously, I didn't watch this game, but I watched the Jets against Indianapolis and against Houston. First thing is, Houston aren't playing at an NFL standard at all. Like, they are diabolical. And at the start of the season, it looked like Tyrod was going to get a couple of bits and bobs out of him.
He still seems to be doing all right, Tyrod. He just keeps getting injured, having to go out the game.
Was it 5 completions in this game?
Yeah, but it's the Colts.
Fucking
now.
hell.
It was something.
I thought so. There was someone just as bad as Cam Newton the other week.
It was almost Cam Newton. Almost Cam Newton. Jonathan Taylor's great, but like you said, that offensive line, it moves as one. Like you watch when you can see the guards switch or the guards in the center switch when they're trying to make a running lane, and it's just so in tune.
They are like, watching that offensive line. It's just great to watch.
But it makes having Jonathan Taylor make him look even better than what he is.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's very, very good as it is. But you can't tell how good he is because there's no other running back in a situation like that.
Yeah, you can't like. So look at Titans now, sort of thing. Without Derrick Henry, that offensive line doesn't look as good as it looked because of how good he is. We've yet to see Jonathan Taylor make a bad or get the best out of a bad situation.
If you put another running back at the Colts.
Yeah,
because Nyheim Hines is having a great year as well.
Yeah,
so
I've thought that myself a couple of times. I've thought to myself because obviously people like slate the Chiefs for going Clive Edwards-Helaire over Jonathan Taylor, which was a mistake. But how
did he just admit that?
How good would Clive Edwards-Helaire look behind
still
that
recording?
O-line?
Yeah.
How good would Clive Edwards-Helaire look behind that O-line? Like he'd look far better than what he looks now. I'm not saying he'd look the same.
Probably.
Yeah,
he'd look far better than what he looks now.
So we move on. One of my favourite games of the weekend. New York Giants 9, Miami Dolphins 20. Yeah, there was another one.
What's happened to Saquon?
Gardner Minshew.
What's happened to Saquon Barkley?
Shite.
Right.
Should have traded him when I said.
Should have listened to you.
Should have traded him when I said.
Don't
got rid of
take a running back second overall.
We're
not having this conversation about Saquon Barkley if someone had been sensible and taken him end of the first.
We had this discussion. If you'd have listened last week, we had this discussion about running backs, and I said, just never sign them on a contract.
Yeah.
So it's the same.
Tony would never give a running back a second contract ever.
I don't disagree with that. Look at Christian McCaffrey.
This is his argument.
I mean,
every running back on a second contract seems to have been gone down injured. But what's up? You can't defend the run, and they feel like they got the perfect.
No, we actually can defend the run now because the Dolphins have learned that if you just throw blitzes for 50-60% of the game, no one can run against you.
Infuriating.
No one can run against you. No one can do anything against you because what the fuck can you do when everyone's in the box and then you don't know what's going to happen? So you can't run the ball because there's 11 men in the box.
Do you think this would have been a different game with Daniel Jones in though?
No. I think he'd have threw more picks than Glennon.
If you've got a quarterback that can sell an RPO, like Jalen Hurts, probably a better example would be Lamar Jackson, and you're blitzing that much, you're going to get torn apart.
But no, Lamar Jackson's terrible against the blitz.
They're either going to sell you the wrong run,
and
if they beat
Lamar Jackson,
Mahomes is great against the blitz. Lamar Jackson's terrible against the blitz.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson got found out against us because that's what we done.
Yeah.
As soon as you stack the box, you've got to be extremely switched on as a quarterback to get out.
You've got to be quick. You got to be in line with your receivers.
Got to move so fast to figure out what has just happened. I
think your receivers have got to know as well. It's not a case of like your receivers have got to be able to read defenses, and that's where you get a better team from when you got like everyone on the offense can read the defense, not just all relying on the quarterback to tell them what to do. Like the reading, like that's what makes like Kittle, Kelsey so good. They read defense themselves, so they know straight away. Right,
you've only got 3-4 yards.
This is going to fall off. We're gonna have to adapt what we're doing here. Run short, shallow, make a shallow run. So you've got to have not just a quarterback. You got to have a whole team that's capable of doing that. And obviously the Ravens are built on being just overly athletic, stronger than you, sort of thing, faster than you. They're not really built on like tactical awareness and stuff like that.
I suppose Flores has got a lot of trust in his backfield, hasn't he? Because you're putting your safeties and your cornerbacks
all
on an island
1-on-1.
all
They're
the time.
always 1-on-1. Yeah.
But I suppose the secondary
That's
is.
what the
is one of the best in the
Yeah.
That's what the
AFC.
Pats have always done, though, innit?
It's
Pats
just-
have always done. We'll take away your number one receiver
But not.
and trust all our others to
No, I
go
don't-
one-on-one with
I don't think
yours.
there's many teams that blitz to the extent that the Dolphins do, and
bizarre.
get away with it.
I think you've been forced into it, though, because you've been so poor.
Yeah.
We've had to change something up. Right, fuck it, let's just blitz until we can sort ourselves out.
And I mean, like, it looks like the Dolphins have smashed their.
What are you
first few
feeling about
picks
Tua?
in the draft?
Without
Tua is performing at a stupidly high level considering the O-line that he's playing behind.
Right, what did you think of his? I thought his touchdown pass was overthrew. He got lucky with that to the tight end.
Well, it's one of them. You've got an opinion on Tua being not great, but if
Right.
you just take away, even if we didn't score that touchdown,
Right,
you look at the other touchdown to Isaiah Ford,
yeah,
and
that was a good touchdown.
you look at the way
All Isaiah Ford,
you
though.
look at the way he literally just gets enough to get the first down. Like
Yeah.
he literally moves the ball, and we can't run the ball. We can't run
Yeah.
the ball, but Tua's passing is an extension of the run game because we haven't got time to protect him, and we
Yeah.
can't run the ball.
Yeah,
So
short,
Tua is
shallow
playing
slants.
fucking
But that's
the
how-
perfect game
That's how Tua plays.
as to how he can play. If we get a decent O-line, you've got
Do you
burners
think we found so what are you now?
6 and 7.
6 and
And
7.
we've got a
So what,
tasty
you're
little
two
run in as
behind?
well.
I mean, you're 3 behind the Pats or 2.
3 now, innit?
They 9 and 4 now.
Yeah.
Right. So
But we've beat them.
have you got a
and
chance?
We've got to play them in last
Have you got a
game.
chance of going wild card, or have you got like so?
We could win our division. We'll take a lot. We'll take
Fi-
the Jets stepping up.
6 and 7. So you got 4 games left.
About that.
Yeah.
4. I mean, that's too many.
No, you're looking.
No,
you're
it is
looking
too
wild
many.
card at
I
best.
genuinely don't think we make the playoffs just because.
you-
I don't think you make this just because of how many teams are in the hunt in the
And
AFC.
if you did make the playoffs, teams would quite easily find a way to game plan because they know what the defense is going to do.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah, that's what I mean.
stopping it's another.
I don't think the offense is good enough to carry you through the playoffs.
Well,
is
no,
what I'm
because
trying to
you
say.
look at the games that we've won recently. We've played against backup quarterbacks,
Yeah.
but we've done enough to win the games. Our defense has done enough to win the games, but also
I'm not knocking your defense. I think your offense will be found out in the playoffs, is what I mean.
And if
it
you
depends
do
what
address,
who we play against.
if Miami does address the offensive line, please do it in free agency.
Yeah,
Because the draft
Shite to pick and
the
rookie.
draft just doesn't.
no, it's
work
just
out.
it's just
Austin
you can't
Jackson's not up to it.
you can't do it. I mean, luckily, you've got you're going to have money to spend
Yeah.
in the off season on free agents. Looks like your defense is actually sorted now. You've fixed the problems by just blitzing more, and then you found a receiver, a superstar wide receiver. You've got a superstar tight end who needs paying. Just pay him, and then build an O-line and pick up some fucking burners in free agency for wide receivers. Because I'm not being funny, but if you stack two pacey wide receivers on the outside, and you've got time for Tua to make passes, he's going to cut some teams apart in the
I
middle
thought
of the
Miami
field.
were going to be in for Deshaun Jackson for that exact reason.
Yeah.
But I think him becoming, him
What's
becoming
happened
a
to
free
Albert
agent
Wilson and
was,
that
was
then?
at the wrong
Still
time.
there.
Still there, just not
Just
using him.
what's it called? He's been in the last 3 games, but
'Cause he's lightning.
he is lightning. But it's getting him the ball and giving him the time to actually use his pace.
Because the O-line.
And that's where
Yeah.
Waddle just creates so much separation from everyone.
Hmm.
And he dropped a pass and it was a touchdown. And it was like if that pass would have happened and he didn't
Yeah.
drop it, everyone would have been raving about how good Tua was in this game. Because Waddle would have went for like 60 yards and a touchdown
Yeah.
on top. And everyone would have went, Tua was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Because that never happens because there's no big massive play.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, he's just fucking
There's no highlights.
safe and secure.
See, this is another reason that makes me think that every time you end up talking about Miami, it's about 30 seconds before someone mentioned Deshaun Watson. But that Waddle connection with Tua and the steps that Tua's taken this season, not from last season to this year,
Yeah.
from the
Well,
first
start of the
5
season
games,
to the end, to adapt
the
behind the whole line.
progress
Yeah.
he's made within the season.
Tua for me is nailed on. It's not even a fucking question for next year. It's all about protecting him next year.
Yeah,
And if
do
you
it in
can
free
do,
agency.
and if you can do that,
The
Dolphins
only
will be a scary team next year.
the only worry I'd say about Tua and what you got to look at is the Browns. they went and protected Baker.
Tua's got more about him than Baker.
But do you know? But
Tua's accuracy is unbelievable compared to Baker's.
and the thing is with the Browns now, if you're a quarterback in free agency, yes please.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
the Browns ring you up. Yes,
great
please.
O-line.
So it's easily replaced.
Yeah.
Come on, host.
Come on.
Dead air this.
Gotta move it on.
Done now. It's all over. Dolphins.
You got 2 more games to your next favourite game?
No, I've got one. So the Vikings, 27.
This should be another one of your favourite games.
Against the team that was due a win and has been for the last couple of weeks.
Did
the
you back on
Detroit
them?
Lions.
Did you bet on them?
No, did the 29 Detroit Lions to 27.
It looked like they almost threw it away as well, didn't they?
Yeah. And I thought, there's no way. Fourth and goal. I was like, or 4th and 3, wasn't it?
4th and 2.
Well, I was like, there's
2.
no way.
12 yards out.
No way Jared Goff can score a touchdown here.
With 2 seconds left to play.
I was like, there's no fucking chance. He just hasn't.
I didn't see it. I was watching it.
He hasn't got the mid rolls.
Yeah, I was watching it live. I only got back for the 9 o'clock games, and that was the last game to finish. And I was watching it, going, nah, Jared Goff. He just does nothing about you.
No.
There's no belief that.
I was like, they're fucking throwing it away again. Fucking idiots. How many times do you want to throw it away?
See how happy.
But this is
how happy they were though.
Yeah,
you know, like
as well.
Jared Goff on a game-winning drive against the Vikings in the fourth quarter.
We had the bet on, by the way.
Is like the stoppable force and the movable
What
object.
was it?
You give me over 0.5 to Jared Goff on it. It doesn't have a game-winning drive.
Oh yeah. How much does I give you on that?
20 quid. I don't know. You think it was 20 quid or something like that.
You wonder how far.
No, it was more than one.
Wasn't?
It was.
Wasn't?
It was, and you fucking know it. It was
wasn't.
over like 2.5.
Definitely wasn't.
No, it was over
2.5.
1.5. It was over 1.5 because there's no way I'd give you just one game. So I'm fucking right here. So if
they don't win again, then
so don't win again.
Now.
Yeah.
You want the push.
So now because I'll win now. So now I just
if Lions
can't win again.
If Lions have another
Forgot
game
all
winning
about
drive,
that bet. Fucking.
I forgot all about it until the Quentin went. Sure, I bet on that.
I was like, oh yeah, fucking. That's
I
it
said
then.
game-winning drive in your eyes lit up.
That's it. Like
This is what the Vikings do. The Vikings lose in the last minute
Said
of
this
game.
last week. I said last week. Who they beat? Beat someone impressive last week. I said they're going to win. They're going to
The
lose next
Bengals
week.
last week.
Yeah, beat the Bengals last week. And I said they're going to lose next week. They're going to lose next week.
the Lions were due a win. Like they were due.
See how happy everyone, all the Lions were when it happened?
Yeah.
Did they give you any belief in the coaching system and the coaching staff?
Well, the Lions have been the most competitive out of all the bad teams.
Yeah, they have.
Agree.
Tom
Agree.
hates Dan Campbell.
Yeah, and do you know what? When they lost the game and he was crying in the press conference, I thought, come on, mate.
Are the Lions more competitive than the Jets?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That must hurt.
Not really.
So,
Not really. Because
has your opinion changed on Dan Campbell?
He liked Jared Goff hugging him. He did. I know something like that.
I think
I like Jared Goff's
so
girlfriend
it's-
celebrating on the beach. So I like.
It's not whether I believe in Dan Campbell. You know he's getting another year now, and I thought he'd be one and done. But you know he's
Right.
getting another year because you know he's got the players behind him.
That's what it means. They're seeing the players behind them, seeing how much it means.
Yeah.
Does it not give you that sense of sort of like
I just don't buy into him.
even seeing how competitive the Lions have been?
I think he's
He's
done.
made sensible decisions in taking the
He's done well with what he's
the
got.
O-line.
He's done well with what he's got, but I think he's really misused DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift.
Has he misused him or has he tried not to kill him?
But he's out injured now anyway. His status is questionable every week until Sunday morning.
Yeah, but I'd have him questionable every week, even if he was fit.
I just wouldn't play him.
Yeah, because like you know what you're building, you don't want to ruin him for the next 3 years, and you slowly get him an O-line now.
Yeah, but the time with a running back is the first 3 years. That's when you got to get. Your best
But
out.
they're not going to do anything in the first 3 years, are they? So they're trying to make his third. If you don't play a running back for the first 3 years, then hopefully them first 3 years can be extended.
I know, but I'm looking at somebody like Nick Chubb who went to the Browns, and I know the Browns have gone on and built a better team in that time.
Yeah.
But Chubb went to the Browns, established himself as a running back there. Obviously, Kareem Hunt as the number 2 helps, but Swift's out there on his own. I don't fancy that running back room beyond him.
Yeah,
and the way that they've used him, they're either overusing him to the point where he's injured, like he is now.
Yeah, but they've only overused him in certain games. They overused him when they had to when Goff was injured.
Yeah.
Other than that, they've probably underused him.
I really like DeAndre Swift.
I do, and that's why
coming out of Georgia, and then the fact that he went to Detroit and he's not done anything upsets me.
Yeah, but he has not. Everyone believes in him. Everyone knows how good he is.
How many good players does that happen to, though? Get ruined by the first
heartbreaking,
franchise they go to.
And it could well happen to Trevor Lawrence the way it's going.
I know.
Eagles 33, the New York Jets.
Minshewmania's
18.
back, baby.
Yeah. So,
can we just say kickers matter?
Yeah. But the thing
Gardner
is,
Minshew matters for 1 out of 4 as well.
So I fancied the Jets.
1 out of 4, Tom.
It stinks. What are you eating?
Curry.
1 out of 4, Tom. 1 out of 4.
4.5.
Oh yeah.
No,
4.5.
3.5.
It's I'll get the notes out. So don't even worry about it. So I thought when I saw Gardner Minshew was starting, my immediate reaction was,
go to the toilet. You've just shit yourself.
Bolton are losing. When Gardner Minshew was starting, I thought, great, backup quarterback. Jets might win this. And then I thought back to 2018 when Minshew at the Jaguars ripped, and I know it's a different defensive unit, ripped us apart. And then he turned up in that, what do you call it? The like Top Gun leather jacket. And I thought, we're knackered here. I saw him.
He is boss, though, isn't he? Gardner Minshew's quality.
Like, well, as a
decent player, but a boss person.
And the thing is that the Eagles, I thought, might struggle going from Hurts and a heavy run game to Minshew coming in. Not a problem. The Jets clearly hadn't prepared.
Well, Jets players said
come out and
they had no idea that Minshew would play. They literally prepared zero for anyone but Hurts.
Well, then they deserve to get beat. And the thing is, in the first quarter, or the first 3 possessions either team was touchdowns either way.
Have you got any questions about Salah because of things like that that come out?
That is the first time this year that I think we can legitimately question him as a head coach.
But I mean, have you got any questions about it? Because an actual player, players can't be that thick to know that's going to bring questions on the head coach. So does that make you question whether he's got them all on side or not?
No, because it's CJ Mosley that said it, and CJ Mosley is 3 years into 17 million a year, which is 5 million more than any other franchise in free agency were willing to pay him.
Yeah.
So no matter what Mosley does this year,
he's gone next year.
He's gone. Yeah. He's been well overpaid. So I think Mosley is pissed off that he's made a lot of money doing it, but the best years of his career have been spent on a putrid team that's won a combined like 4, maybe 5 games.
Yeah.
So I'll
have one, yeah.
I'm all right, Tato. I thought that.
Good, Tom, because you're driving, so you shouldn't be having 2.
That's why I'm only having 1.
Just get steaming, go in, just fucking bang on the door, wake it up.
Oh God, it's time to step up.
Step up.
Yeah, let's see how it works on that.
Go on, sorry.
We didn't prepare for Minshew. Minshew played really well. I think he completed his first 11 passes.
Yeah.
We were ready for a heavy run game. It didn't come. The thing is, the Jets can't stop the run anyway. Even if you prepare for the run game, Sanders was getting hit 2, maybe 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Didn't Sanders
go
for
7 yards?
He went for almost 200 yards, didn't he, Sanders?
He went for 120 yards. He's got the most yards in the NFL without scoring a touchdown.
Oh, right.
This year.
He's not scored a touchdown this year?
Not scored a touchdown. But again,
he's due. Get him on next. Fucking get him on. Who are they playing?
Especially if Minshew plays again. He's going to get him because I imagine the reason he's not scored touchdowns because they're going to get the red zone like Cam at any team he's on. You know, it's only going to Hurts. Hurts is running it sort of thing.
Oh, he's fucking nailed on next week to score a touchdown.
Right. Yeah. Come on, Tom.
Oh, so what happened to your rookie kicker?
So Amendola was looking all right. Amendola was having problems like 45 yards or more. So it was the long field goals. And it wasn't one bad game, but he was missing, a kicker game or an extra point a game.
Yeah.
And then they bring Kessman in, who misses his first 2 extra points, to the point where Salah then goes, and rightly so, because Zach Wilson, this was the best game he's had as a Jet.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he played really well, apparently.
So the week before against the Texans, the defense was great. Wilson didn't look ready, and it must have just been first game back rust.
But also the fact that everyone else was injured, so they had to play him.
Possibly.
I think he was rushed back.
Yeah, maybe
because there was no one else to play.
This game, if the defense would have at least held Philly in the first half, Wilson could have led the team to victory there. Elijah Moore's turned up as a good wide receiver.
And I think that hurt you. with our bet? Does
Not
that hurt
not
you
really.
that
No,
way?
It hurts me with my bet because Tony looked like he was going to fucking. Tony had one good game and everyone just.
I think
He's in.
If Moore had been injured and it was like 100 yards in it with Waddle, it'd hurt. But Waddle's clearly been the best rookie receiver, so that don't hurt. So the Jets can't defend the run. Wilson played all right. The kicker missed 2. We went for the extra, and then you end up going in at half time. Obviously, they'd got their field goal, and Jake Elliott is one of the best kickers in the game at Philly. So they were going in with a 6-point advantage. And you look at that the first half, and the teams were on an even keel, but you just knew in the second half the Jets would slow down. Philly were never going to slow down against this Jets defense. So it's terrible.
Was it the Eagles could have didn't score on 2 drives or something?
They scored on the first 7 drives. The first drive that they didn't score on was, I think it was the 8th. I think they punted on their 8th drive in the game.
I heard on a mad stat on around the NFL. Apparently something to do with Jets, like.
Fucking hell, you're in Mark's chair and you're fucking regurgitating their shite.
There's something like the Jets scored their first. When the Jets playing someone and they scored their first drive, the Jets scored on their first drive, and then by the 3rd drive, they're 10 points down. Like every time that's happened, which has been like 3 or 4 times.
The Jets have been behind in every game at halftime this year. And that's usually because Wilson takes a full quarter to get going.
Yeah.
And he's still missing short throws. You watch Wilson coming, the highlight throws, coming out the pocket, 20, 25 yards, it looks beautiful. But if you watch a 5-yard screen, he's hitting helmets, he's hitting above somebody's head. It's the short
He's not
stuff.
having to throw that. He's not used to having to throw that
It's
quick.
the bread and butter stuff. It's the stuff
No, it's
the stuff that Tua always hits. Tua is never, you're never confident when he's going for the 30, 35 yarder. But on the screen and swing passes, Tua's finding, and it's not just finding hands, he's finding it in the right area, so the running back or the wide receiver can hit the ground running. Yeah. Wilson, he's giving Elijah Moore some catches where he's, on a 5-6 yard pass, and his hands are, it's not good. He's making progress slowly, but the defense is so bad. People keep talking about the linebackers having a good year, Mosley recording record numbers of tackles. But it's 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
It's easy making record numbers of tackles when you don't have the ball that often.
Well, in the 3rd quarter, the Jets had the ball on offense for 70 seconds. And that's why they lost the game. But fair play to Gardner Minshew. Turns up, does exactly what he needs to.
Hugged his dad at the end.
It was bossed outside the stadium.
Yeah, fair play to him.
Minshew mania. He's back, baby.
Guess what else is back? Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray.
I haven't seen any of this game. Is this the game where there was 4 turnovers to the Bears and they still lost?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So Kyler Murray, I think on his first 2 snaps, fumbled the ball twice, recovered it both times, but and then they still turned the ball over 4 times. So
they still put up 33 points.
Yeah, the Bears should have won this game.
Yeah,
it's the Bears.
Dalton was shite, wasn't
he? Yeah. He had an early interception, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I'd seen, when I was watching the Jets game, Dalton 1 for 3, 1 interception. Yeah. But I feel for the Bears fans now because the one thing that you can get excited about is Fields, and he's out.
No, but I think that's a huge win. Being out
in the long term,
the ownership,
you just fucking fall apart now.
Yeah, don't let him try and win a game. Don't let him.
You've seen what he's about.
That'd be great if your 1st round pick wasn't going to New York. Do you know what I mean? You could say we'll lose out the season. They gave this year's first to the Giants.
To be fair though, you still want to fucking finish low, don't you?
Yeah, no.
Them 2nd or 3rd round picks are going to matter when you.
I guess if you like with Philly, Hurts is an exciting quarterback, whether you like him or not.
Think they're going to face for Robinson this year? He's not signing a new contract. Franchise tag and trade. Get the first back.
Maybe get rid of him.
But Robinson would want to go to a contender.
Well, that's what I mean. He's not signing a contract. He's not staying. He's not been performing this year. Looks like he's down tools a little bit, to be honest. So
he's going to go to a contender.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a late first there.
That's what. I'll tell you now. Chiefs would bite your hand off because
there's 31 teams in the NFL. Would.
Dolphins bite your hand off. Yeah, but like what I mean is like with the pick you're going to get, like say, you're going to get a late pick.
No fucking cap space left to sign anybody.
We'll have next year. Loads going next year.
No state taxes in Florida.
Well.
No state taxes in Florida.
Don't have to get paid as much because you get paid more.
No state taxes in Bootle either.
I feel for Bears fans.
Fucking Rob Thomas comedy.
HMRC you next year.
I feel for Chicago fans because it's another lost year, innit? And You know, for like I was trying to make the point before with
Well,
Philly.
they fucked up, didn't they? They fucked up
In what
years
way?
ago, and now they've paid the price for what, the next 5 years.
Fucked up with what? The Cleo Max trade, you think?
Yeah.
But
Well,
then,
they
thought,
but then
to be
you look,
fair, at
look,
that point, they were on
you look,
the-
you look,
they were
look
on
at
the
Matt, look at
precipice,
Matt
though.
Nagy getting the coach of the year sort of thing.
But they
didn't
fucked themselves, haven't
he
they?
thought they were on the way, didn't he?
5 years. That's what
Fucked
will have
themselves.
affected
They
them
fucked
for-
themselves with Mitch Trubisky, well before the Nagy. Trubisky was before Mac trade, wasn't
Yeah, but you look, you can't. So you would have picked Deshaun Watson.
it? All Mahomes.
No, but you would have picked Deshaun Watson instead of Mitch.
It depends on your scouting thing.
But you-
yeah.
In terms of the way they picked, the way
The way
draft
people
went,
will
you'd have picked
talk.
Deshaun Watson, you'd have been fucked either
Well,
way.
using that logic.
Yeah, but they were on the precipice,
yeah.
so you wouldn't be fucked because it's only like
Yeah, I suppose.
it's only 4 years later. They could be sitting there with 2 Super Bowls, thinking, "I don't care if he's a fucking
Yeah,
rapist.
true.
I've got 2 rings."
Everybody thought that Matt Nagy and the Bears were going to be something, and when they got Mac, the whole of the NFL was going, "Great trade. They're going to be a Super Bowl contender." And then,
It's weird the way no one has won that trade.
no. Well, the Raiders can't draft, so there's no point. There's no point in the Raiders getting picks for anybody who can't draft.
Yeah, the Raiders need to take a leaf out of the Rams book.
From can't
Yeah.
draft to won't draft. This is me taking the roller host for a minute. LA Rams 41. LA Chargers.
LA Chargers 41. That's so.
Fucking
This
hell.
is why
You
I
had
don't
one
get
go
invited.
at the host and
Fucking
fucked
Tony,
it.
tell
Just
us
go
about
back
the
to
next
Bolton,
game.
Tom.
Bengals 22.
So the Chargers 41, Bengals
This is
22.
This is where momentum.
This was one of the weirdest fucking games.
This
ever.
is momentum, though, isn't it? This
No, did
is
you
what, this when people go, "Oh, momentum's no thing in football," and you go, "Actually, Bengals
That
were
makes them
marching.
fumble.
Bengals were marching down to take the lead, and if Bengals took the lead in that game, there's no way Chargers would then put another 17."
How fucking weird was the game though? So like the Chargers just dominated for like the first 3-4 drives, and then the
Yeah.
Bengals dominated for the next 4.
Yeah,
And then the Chargers got
wasn't it
back
something
into
like combined
fucking
16 sacks or 17 sacks on combined on this game?
Don't know.
It was something mad, like.
It's fucking stupid, and obviously Joe Burrow got hurt in this game.
Yeah,
I seen a tweet, and I was too late to the party. Basically, someone beat me to it. So it was like Chargers Bengals. Who's the best quarterback? And I was like Tua. And someone beat me to it by 6 hours.
You can't. You can't honestly believe that.
Why?
yeah. Don't come on.
You can't honestly believe that.
Why can't I?
Okay.
I'm sorry. Let's
Look
just
into the
talk,
eyes of the psychopath there, Tom.
let's just talk about Justin Herbert.
Let's not.
How has he been great all year? No,
Yes.
He's been inconsistent.
very, very inconsistent. He's also in the bottom 5 for quarterbacks this year. So
What QBR or
Just-
complete
just
or
in
expected
general,
completion?
just he's fucking been shite.
I was sad watching this game because this for me is what happens to a franchise when you pick the right QB.
Which one, Bengals or
Both,
Chargers?
watching both teams,
Right.
watching Chargers and the Bengals. I'm watching thinking, all right, you're going to destroy Joe Burrow's legs, arms, everything
Yeah.
else in between. I know that's going to happen. But when I'm watching these quarterbacks play, that's what happens to a franchise. I mean, look at how much more exciting both of these franchises are, who've
Yeah.
been boring for so long.
Yeah.
Now you actually want to say, do you know what? I'll watch the
Yeah.
Chargers because of what they've got.
Yeah, I
around
want
them.
to watch the Bengals one, 'cause, like-
so this game would have been Phil Rivers versus Andy Dalton,
Exactly.
and
that.
no one would have wanted. No one would have cared.
No one's watching it. Yeah,
Yeah, and instead,
yeah.
it was Joe
I know what you're
Burrow
saying about
against
getting the
Herbert.
right quarterback sort of thing, but yeah,
But to be fair, the Bengals drafting Jamar Chase
Yeah.
fucked them in this game.
oh fuck, you've been dying. You're just dying to try and make yourself right. Anytime Joe Burrow gets into
Well,
talk, you're like,
I
well.
thought you were going to go, the Bengals drafting Jamar Chase. What a perfect first round pick
No,
to
no,
match
no.
up to your
No.
quarterback.
Cause he
And I'm like,
said,
yeah. What?
Cause he said, oh, like, you know why he's so hung up on it? Because he apologised to them. So now he wants to retract the apology and say I was right all along. Go
So
fuck
go on.
yourselves.
What's
Should
wrong
have
with?
drafted O-line and then protected Joe Burrow, and then
He's
he
been
might have
protected all right. It's just
He might have stood a chance of winning
going
this
up
game,
against
but
Joey
instead,
Bosa.
he fucking ate his little pinky and couldn't throw the ball, and he lost the game. So I'm right. He should have drafted O-line. The end.
No.
We move on.
No. Do you know what this is now? He knows Chase is going to get offensive rookie of the year ahead of
Can't.
Waddle.
Yeah.
How can he though?
See, I told you.
But he can't though.
But he's going to, isn't he?
There's just
It's
no way.
upsetting.
Because he's a
Can't.
highlight machine, whereas Waddle's just all 5-6 yard pickups.
But Waddle's going to probably smash the fucking reception fucking total for the whole season.
Yeah, but there's no point. He's not getting the yards as well. No one's asked for receptions.
Well, he made a big fucking song and dance about Michael Thomas getting 116.
Yeah, and what does everyone call him? Mr. Slant.
Everyone fucking
He gets
wanked him off.
disrespected
Everyone
now.
fucking wanked him off for
And
about
now he gets
fucking 3 years
disrespected.
straight. No, because he's a fucking knobhead. That's why he gets disrespected. And he's fucking shite because he's out the league.
This whole discussion proves my point. You don't like Jamar Chase because you don't want him to get rookie of the year.
No, I'm not asked who gets rookie of the year.
Yes, you
Yes,
are.
you are.
Yes, you
You
are.
No, I'm not. Do you know why?
Okay.
Do you know why I'm not asked?
So you won't be
Because,
happy if you get...
So if it's Mac Jones, you won't be bothered. You'd be all right with that.
Mac Jones is defo winning it. That's all.
unfortunately. Well,
2 or 3.
not if he carries on like he did.
Fucking winning
Two
it.
of the-
Right, come on. Tampa Bay 30, Falcons 17.
Fucking. What can we say about this?
No point, is there?
There's
There's no point in the Falcons.
You
Do
know-
do you know
Oh,
what?
here we go.
Do you know- do you know-
Back for 1 weekend. Here we go.
Do you know what upsets me so much?
What?
How good did Matt Ryan
ATL
look?
Falcons UK.
Don't get in touch
That's why you
with me.
deleted Twitter, wasn't it?
Oh,
Don't at me.
to get
Don't
away
at
from
me.
them. What upset me is at Wembley.
Yeah.
How good did Matt Ryan look?
Let's not get into that.
In the Falcons Jets games, how good did he look?
I don't think he
Oh,
looked
he
great.
looked great. Yeah.
You two must have been pissed.
Yeah, well,
Because he was
Yeah.
obviously the run game was good, but he was getting the ball out. The connection with
How
Pitts
good did
was
Pitts
there.
good look, you mean?
Well, quarterback's got to find him. I thought Matt Ryan was the game MVP in that game.
Yeah, but
anyway,
if you're playing against Jets cornerbacks.
Yeah.
exactly that. So the one time I've seen Matt Ryan was that game, and I thought he's still got it. He's got Pitts, and then every other game this season, he's been absolutely terrible.
Finished. What have you seen?
Patterson's their best player.
Tampa
by
Bay?
like a fucking million miles.
Yeah.
Did you see Patterson was?
He should be
listed on
comeback
the-
player of the year. I don't even know if he's eligible for it.
Cordell Patterson was listed on the depth chart this week as a safety as well. So he was listed as on
That's
the
got to be
running
someone
back,
just having a laugh at
wide
it.
receiver, and safety.
That's got to be
depth
someone
chart.
just having a laugh.
There's nothing that man can't do.
Yeah.
Apart from
Win
games.
Win games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Wait for the
Tampa
times
Bay,
out,
have
win.
you seen the rumour that they might not bring Antonio Brown back at all?
Are you shocked? Like it was going to come at some point.
Yeah.
where-
Well, I'm shocked because up until like the last 2 weeks ago, their win percentage without Antonio Brown was shocking compared to what it was with him. Like he's been their number one receiver. And like as always with Tom Brady and Tom Brady receivers, the rest of them are getting going now, sort of thing. But
Apart from, well, I don't know if it's just a fantasy thing. I've been really disappointed in Mike Evans.
Yeah, it's a
I've had him
fantasy
in
thing.
loads of fantasy teams, and I'm going, where are these yards coming
Mike
from?
Evans is the same as Jones and Devontae Adams. He's going to go off 1 week and then get
nothing.
fuck all
Yeah.
the next week, and it's frustrating.
Fantasy ruins you when you're talking about
It does.
players.
It does.
I know.
Like, yeah.
Well, it's ruined my impression of Mike Evans. Is he on for another 1,000-yard year? Because he's hit that every year in the NFL, hasn't he?
More than definitely.
Right.
Without even checking, you just know he's going to be. Because it's 60 yards a game.
Yeah, especially the extra game this year. You stepping back up again?
Yeah, I'll have a little go, yeah. LA Rams 37 against the Jacksonville Jaguars 7.
Yeah,
Another
another
fucking
game
pointless
not worth
game.
taking.
Get right
Rams-
game for the Rams.
There's perfect timing for the Rams to get this nice easy win, bit of confidence
To be
back.
fair, like this game started and you think, Jags are in this. Like it started and it was like,
Yeah,
So
the first drive was when he scored, wasn't it?
yeah, Jags scored early, yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
There
Well, it
is-
wasn't the first drive. 'Cause
so I think it
Rams
was
had 10.
half time. It was relatively close. And then obviously you knew what was going to happen second half. Rams just kicked on.
Jags are shite, aren't they?
They're
Cooper Kupp.
terrible. Myers gone.
It's
Urban Meyer's
hard,
gone.
it's
Right,
hard.
We're happy with that.
Who's the worst team in the NFL?
Texans.
I don't think so.
I don't
Texans, and then literally toss a coin between the Jets and the Jaguars. Detroit are better than both of those teams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. 100%.
Texans are the worst. Then flip a coin between those two.
Part of me thinks Jags are the worst just because they've got talent. These Texans have got no one.
Do you know what's mad?
And have been in games.
Every single year you go, everyone's got better.
Yeah.
And then the same teams just constantly shit.
Who are they, mate?
The same teams.
I'm telling you now, right?
Both them teams in New Jersey.
the thing you
They're
learn,
both fucking
Yeah.
the thing you
terrible.
learn by watching the NFL is ownership matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and then you start looking at other sports and be like, oh fucking hell, it does. Like no offense to Everton, but I understand why they're protesting because they're like, How can you get it wrong for 27 years?
How can you spend 500 million and get
Exactly.
it wrong?
Exactly. So like ownership just matters massively.
Yeah.
Rod's like Liverpool, FSG, perfect. I've done perfect.
Well,
People moan they don't spend enough money, but they've come in
perfect.
and they
upset everybody.
Yeah, they've upset all the fans. But I mean, competition wise, they've been competitive almost every year. They took over. They made the right steps. Done the same with Red Sox sort of thing. It's like ownership just matters massively. Like,
What are the Jags doing wrong?
what are the Jags doing wrong? Just constantly making the wrong appointments.
So yeah, hiring.
Hiring. Then you wonder what the culture's like.
Yeah.
You wonder what is the owner setting the culture. It's like Cowboys. Cowboys are brilliant, and Jerry Jones does some great things, but then he sets a culture of where you can get away with murder. If you're a player, it's a laxy daisy. It's not focused. And then when it comes to them having a great roster like they do now, you know when it comes to playoff, something's going to go wrong because they're never fully on the ball focused. It's the same with like Gillette. What's his name? Let's see, Patriots.
Robert Kraft.
Same with Robert Kraft. You watch him and you know, no matter what's going on, even him getting done for going to a brothel, no matter what's going on, there's nothing that is distracting them from what happens on that field.
Is it Tony Khan, the son, that was involved in? There was a Twitter kickoff with Jalen Ramsey,
Right?
and I think it was Tony Khan, who's not. I think he's either the CEO or he's got some sort. And he was giving it on Twitter, and he was going back and forward with. I'm sure it was Jalen Ramsey's agent, and you're thinking that doesn't set a good look. That
Pathetic, isn't it? It's just pathetic.
You just don't want your owner to be seen anyway.
You know, yeah, exactly. Don't see them unless something's going on. Unless they have to come out and apologise for upsetting all the fans. You don't want to see them. You just want to know. You see them going, yeah, we're doing like what Robert Kraft does. We're doing dead well. You don't want Jerry Jones every other week on the radio station telling people Zeke's going to be in, and then he's fucking shite because he's coming through injured.
Do you think Trevor Lawrence is or should be worrying about his career at this point?
The thing is, what can he do?
I honestly think, and I know, being at Clemson in that conference and college football, he's like playing, teams that are nowhere near his level. I genuinely think he's gone backwards.
Of course he has.
Playing as a Jaguar.
Of course, yes, because he's probably worried and he knows and like who am I giving it to? What am I doing? Like, but what does he do?
But do you know what?
If you're Trevor Lawrence now, it's too late to pull an Eli. So what? Do you just down tools?
You have to.
That's what I'm saying. You just go trade me. I'm not.
But
do you do what Deshaun Watson does?
No, because he's not got the track record that Watson has. Watson can look back.
He
and
has
say,
though, hasn't he? The fact that it's 1 year out from being the most coveted number one pick there's been in the NFL in possibly 30 years, he's still got it.
But he doesn't get enough shit as Tua did last year.
That's what I'm saying. But that's because he's got that. Because he can only do it this year. That's what. If I was him, this is your 1 year. You could maybe pull off being a fucking diva, demanding a trade. Because any other year, it's going to start stick. Shit's going to stick.
The thing is as well, though, Dolphins are a historic franchise, well-supported franchise. Nobody cares about the Jags. So Tua gets a load of stick from rival fans who are desperate for Tua to fail.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence ain't getting stick from anyone because nobody cares about the Jaguars.
Yeah, there's no Dan Marino shadow behind Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, there's Blake Bortles and
exactly
the other fucking one. Number 8, Mark Brunell. Fucking hell. They've had some shockers. Yeah.
Right now, Blake Bortles is still the most historic Jaguars quarterback.
Fucking hell.
That AFC Championship game run.
Right, let's move on now because that's fucking
horrible
disgusting.
thought, innit?
Washington football team 17, the Las Vegas Raiders 15. Mark bought a hoodie. Did you see this?
Nice hoodie, yeah.
Fucking wound me up.
Why?
Why would you buy it?
What's wrong?
Changing the name.
I still don't think they'll change the name.
But they're changing the name. Like
they'll stick with football team now.
I think they'll stick with football team. Yeah. And also, if they don't, that jumper is now more valuable. Keep it for 10 years, you'll sell it as...
It's not going to do that. We're talking about Mark here.
I know, but...
We're doing his decorating in it in a year.
Like, the thing is, like...
He'll be selling it on eBay, barely
It's like, I've got so my mate bought the baby Ajax, the Bob Marley kit.
Yeah.
Got the 3 little birds on the back. Literally a week come out, and the FIFA told me I had to take the 3 little birds off. So now it's just playing back with no birds on the back. So now baby's not worn it because it's getting kept. Because in about 10 years, there'll be hardly any kits around with the actual birds on because they were only in production for a week. They'd be worth loads.
So I do that with all my old Bolton kits.
You used to
I
fuck.
can get about,
I can
get about 75p for the lot.
Fucking hell.
Well, I was fucking highly upset when I seen Mark had bought a Washington football team.
What do we think of the game? Anyone?
Two really bad teams.
They're not really. Washington aren't really bad.
But they're not good, though.
They're not good, but they're not really bad.
Everyone puts points up against Raiders. Everybody.
Yeah. They're finding ways to win, aren't they?
And Washington
they're finding ways to win. I don't know what to make of the Raiders.
But
I mean,
they're finding ways to win to do exactly what they've done last year. Get to the playoffs and get beat.
Yeah.
Probably the wrong terminology to use that, Tom.
What?
Wheels falling off. Do you know what I mean?
Fucking hell. Fuck's sake.
A bit insensitive of me there. I apologise for that. I always come back to, and it flies in the face of what you said before about the same teams are always terrible. But I always fall back on, if you're going to be bad in the NFL, be terrible.
Yeah, there's no point being bad.
And yet again, Washington are in the same situation that they're in at the end of last year, which is,
needing a quarterback.
Have we got a quarterback? Have we not?
Yeah.
Now, the good news is, there's no quarterback worth taking in the first round of the draft. Certainly not at the top of the draft.
Yeah, but that's not a good thing. They need
a terrible thing.
No. It's good news for them because it makes the decision for them. They just roll with Heineke again. Wait a year.
No, you go. If I'm Washington, free agency all day.
Who's available? Then?
And the Minshew.
There's going to be Rodgers, Minshew.
Rodgers isn't going to Washington.
Why not?
Rodgers is not going to Washington. Rodgers is going to Denver. Everybody knows Rodgers is off to Denver. It's done.
Teddy Bridgewater to be decent for them.
He'd be better than would he be better than Heineke?
Yes.
Derek Carr could go to Washington.
Derek Carr's not leaving Raiders.
You could do it a lot worse than Carr. You know.
There's going to be players available.
Cam could go to Washington.
QB's available.
Cam's finished.
No.
Just put a fork in him.
Deshaun depends on what happens with his Watson. What happens with Watson?
Well, this is again. It's not happening.
Daniel Jones.
Washington aren't making the big
Baker.
splash.
Would you go and get Baker if Browns don't
Baker, I can see. Baker at Washington, I can see. But if you're Watson and Aaron Rodgers, you're not going playing for Washington.
Washington's done
sad
well.
truth.
Yeah.
You say that, but then if you're looking, if you're Rodgers and you're looking at that team, it's just as good as any other team you're going to.
You've got Scary Terry.
You throw into Scary Terry.
You've gone from Devontae
Curtis Samuel's not played this year, but if he's back next year,
good running back.
Good running back. Like,
there's a few bits there, but
got a good defense.
It's not Denver's offense. And if you're Rodgers, you're going to Denver. You know Rodgers is going to Denver, and it's again with.
It feels like he's going to Denver. Yeah, it feels like he is. But what I'm saying is, yeah.
I think you're right. Washington's going to be another team that are going to be in and around the playoff hunt, but they ain't doing anything in it.
Yeah, defense has regressed, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And Chase Young, even before the injury, had slowed down as well.
Yeah, I think the problem was they were hoping to push on with defense. And
I think
Heineke not have to do as much, and unfortunately they had to rely on Heineke.
I think every one of these games in the late window went the other way to what I thought it would go.
Yeah.
Except for the Rams.
Except for Kansas.
No, they were like the late game.
You're on the 9 o'clock games.
Yeah.
So, obviously, the Ravens played the Steelers and it finished 19-20. What more can you say?
Didn't really see this game except I saw the 2-point miss sort of thing.
What more can you say about Lamar Jackson? He's fucking terrible against the blitz.
Yeah, well, that's what we knew.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And
how did Big Ben play in this game? Just better.
Better. You wouldn't really say that he was...
He's pretty much announced he's finished now, hasn't he, without actually announcing it.
Yeah.
Well, the world knew he was finished.
Yeah.
The way he's played this year.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh is one of them
but to me, though,
teams where they just stay in games.
If you're Pittsburgh now, I don't understand why Big Ben's staying in that lineup. Just make an injury, get him out, get Haskins in, give him 5 games, see what you've got.
Yeah. See what you got.
See what you've got, because otherwise you're just leaving yourself in the summer to have a really tough decision.
Yeah.
Like, just give, I understand. To me, I was saying to Big Ben, listen, you're playing shite. Haskins isn't going to be much of a downgrade. Let's get him in. Let's see what we've got. We'll say you've got an injury, because you love saying you've got an injury anyway. You fucking love saying how earth he is. We'll say you've got an injury, then you've got 7 games of clapping the fans every week, looking like a hero, and then bowing out.
Yeah. The Ravens, did you see Marlon Humphrey went out injured? And that's why. That's why they went for 2 at the end.
Yeah, because he said
if
got no cornerbacks.
Got no corners. So
if we lost the toss, we weren't going to lose
anyway. So, And then, did you see that?
I like the fact they went for 2. They almost done it. Like,
did you see Mark? It was Mark Andrews who dropped it.
Yeah, but it wasn't a drop really. It was a bit overthrown as well.
It was more Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
But it was nailed on. Like, it was 2 points. If
it gets caught, it's 2
if
points.
If he just threw the ball properly.
I don't know what to expect from either of those teams from one week to the next.
They're so injured. Ravens are so injured. Yeah. Like, no running
back.
But
they've got some young players on defense that have been great. Adarfi Olwe has been great on the edge. Patrick Queen's been great. And then Pittsburgh again. Every fixture that I've looked at Pittsburgh this year, even when I'm looking at the handicap, I don't know what I'm going to get from him. Because the defense can win a game on its own back.
Yeah.
You don't know what Ben Roethlisberger is going to do. He's
got
all the talent.
The Steelers is literally TJ Watt.
I just never expect
their whole franchise is TJ Watt. If he turns up,
I never think they're going to win.
I don't think they're going to win.
In any game.
I had Ravens -4, thinking they'll win by a touchdown or something. Yeah. Like, when I saw what happened in that game, I was thinking, fucking overtime, I bet would have come in if you won by the touchdown. Rats.
49ers 23, Seahawks 30.
Didn't watch this game, but one thing I did say last week was I wouldn't go near it because do you have no faith in either one of these?
49ers struggled massively.
Yeah, but they've done that all season. They've had 3 good games.
They couldn't run the ball.
They had a great game against the Rams and then have been on a good run since. But in reality, they're not a good team.
But the Seahawks aren't a good team.
No. Do you know what clinched this for the Seahawks? I started looking at their draft pick.
Yeah.
So we've got their first this year.
Yeah.
The final Jamal Adams pick. And I just started to go,
that's going to be a top 10.
Seattle are picking 4th overall. Yeah. We're getting the 4th. And then, of course, Russ turns up. Lockett gets a touchdown. Metcalf starts doing a bit. Seattle are going to win 3 or 4 games, and it's going to be a mid-first.
Do you think Russ is available in the summer?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Well, Washington go and get him.
He's not going there, though, is he?
Why?
It's not an attractive franchise.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It depends. I think it all depends on the quarterback. I didn't think Tampa Bay were an attractive franchise, and then Tom Brady's gone there, and he's made them attractive franchise.
Tampa Bay had everything on in terms of the wide receivers. They had a good defensive unit.
So
and
Washington have got wide receivers.
They've got one wide receiver.
Scary Terry, Curtis Samuel.
Samuel's you can't rely on Samuel.
Only because he's not been there this year.
He's not been healthy this year. He wasn't healthy. Yeah. Well, he was healthier at the Panthers the year before.
Gibson.
Yeah, I like McLaurin and Gibson, but I just think there's better offers for all of those top bracket quarterbacks. Unless Washington are offering silly amounts of money, I just think there's more attractive teams out there.
49ers are missing players as well.
Garoppolo, there's Washington. We go for Garoppolo.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. See, what I don't get with the 49ers is
Deebo Samuel's in that game. They fucking piss you.
But that's all the offense has been.
Yeah,
that's all the offense has been.
He is the offense.
But again, the 49ers are at the point now where you can stumble through games with Garoppolo, or you can give the rookie some time and see what the rookie's
but then he said, and he basically, he wasn't planning to use the rookie at all this year, and he's basically come out and pretty much said that because he said putting the rookie in ruins my playbook because I haven't prepared for him. And he said that's why I'm not going to interchange them because he said I started off trying to get the rookie some snaps, interchanging them. And then he said, I felt like it ruined the way I was calling games, and I was costing us wins because I was out of my flow. Like I couldn't get a flow going.
Well, that sounds like a good way to take the pressure off him if he's not had a good game. You know, if Lance hasn't turned up, you can say, well,
but he said that before Lance when Lance was injured, and he said that Lance going to be coming back and getting games, and he basically said no.
Well, I suppose then they've got a full off season to plan for what is a very different quarterback because it's not Garoppolo's team next year.
Go on, Rob.
Denver 9, Kansas City 22. Chiefs have done this 4 or 5 times this year, whereas they come out on the first drive, look incredible, and then after that, just seem to go back to the regression that they've had this year. So the first 10, 15 plays on the first drive look absolutely incredible. About to slap you around the face.
I thought it was a cop shot.
Look incredible. Look back to the old Chiefs, and then the minute that drive's finished and then scripted plays are gone, it's like, right, what are we doing now? It just falls apart. But in this game, it was over it was over the first quarter, and the Chiefs just like, we know this is over. We know we've got your number. We're not going to bother even trying to press. So I'm not thinking too much into it, but the offense did not look good.
Okay, so that's enough of that game. We'll move on. Should we move on to last night?
Well, before we do, I feel like I'm going to regret asking this.
Oh my God, Why have you done this, Tom?
How much confidence do you have in Kansas when the playoffs roll around? Because you have always told me, we find our gear towards the end of the season.
Just gotta get there.
I honestly thought we'd come out of this bye week and look a different team. We were, this is our 5th win in a row. We found ways to win.
There's not that feeling about the team that it's getting somewhere.
No, but I thought this. So there was when we beat Raiders, when we beat Cowboys. Even though it wasn't a massive game, we sort of had the number. We there was feelings like we're getting going slowly, and I genuinely thought we're coming out of this bye week. We're gonna. I honestly thought we were gonna beat these by like 40. I didn't know what they'd score, but I thought we're smashing these.
How confident are you that they're going to turn up in the postseason?
That I think, honestly, John, I honestly believe in the Chiefs. They're going to win out because the games that they've got
win out until the playoffs.
Yeah, they're going
through the playoffs.
They're going to get number 1 seed. I honestly think they're not going to lose another game. I think everyone else will lose at least one, and Chiefs will get the number 1 seed because I think we've got the Broncos again, the Raiders again, the Chargers, the Bengals, and the Steelers. And I think we beat every one of them teams. And
the only one there that sounds competitive is possibly Chargers.
Yeah, possibly. But then Chargers have charged.
Yep.
It looks like they're going to do it again.
And
Chargers will probably come to play us 2 games back.
Week 17.
I think it's week 15 when we play them.
Okay.
It's like 2 games back. We beat the Chiefs. We've got a chance. It's like, no, what you're going to do is fall at that hurdle when you're right. The Chargers are going to charge. I genuinely believe Chiefs are number 1 seed. They get the bye, and then it's what happens after that bye.
Yeah.
Because that's that. But
because
coming off this game, I genuinely was shocked by how poor the offense, because I thought that bye was going to be the get right.
Every other team in the AFC, even if they haven't hit the heights on offense, whoever gets Kansas are going to go, they're going to do it against us. They're going to turn it on against us. There's always going to be that fear about the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Always going to be that fear.
You got the hope that the Alex Ferguson effect in the Premier League, you got to hope teams are going to be beat before they play us.
Yeah.
Which does happen. Like, Broncos will beat before they play us. When they I think they expect us to come out, Chiefs, Andy Reid's great after a bye. He's going to snuff us. First fucking drive, swatted them, and then we got to stop. And it was like, no, in fact, they got the first drive. We got a 3 and out. Booted it away, and once we scored on a touchdown, the second drive, it was just a case of, fuck, here it goes.
Right, so let's move on now.
This last game has probably cost me 50 quid with Mark.
So the weather was terrible in Buffalo last
Weather
night.
outside was frightful,
yeah,
but the run was so delightful.
Well, it was for the Patriots.
And if you know place to go, don't let them throw, don't let them throw, don't let them throw.
How long have you been working on that?
Just literally on top of my head. I got so lucky with that.
Out of the stage.
You know his comedy routine's scripted, don't you? Like the Chiefs' first couple of plays.
Smash the first 15 minutes, someone heckles me, fuck.
So, he's not
It's
here.
all off his
He's
game.
not here, but if he was, he'd have been itching. He'd have been like getting up in his seat to tell everyone that I offered him 5-1. Patriots don't win the AFC East.
Oh, he's mentioned it a few times in our group.
I know
A few times in our group.
He's put £10 on it.
Of course he did. Shit.
Apparently you only let him put £10 on it.
That sounds like me.
No, it also sounds like Mark as well.
Yeah.
There's no way
Yeah.
Mark's.
I don't think-
Mark's
I don't think he'd have been
putting 20 quid on the
complaining.
Patriots.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd have been
Well, this
complaining.
game was huge for the AFC East, wasn't it?
Massive. And the only time...
So are
I've
you
ever
now
seen-
level with the Bills? Bills 2 games out?
No.
Bills only 1 game out?
Yeah, Bills are
8
7.
and 5?
No.
Well,
are
Patriots are now 9 and 4.
Yeah, Patriots are 9 and
Have a
4.
look.
Bills 7-7 now, aren't they?
Let's have a look.
7-7. So you're only 2 games out. The Bats put the Bills 2 games out as well.
Or the 8.
The only time I have ever seen...
The 8 and 6.
Hang on. Right, Patriots 9 and 4, Bills 2 games, Dolphins 3. Dolphins are 6 and 7.
So the Bills 7-7.
7-5.
Yeah.
You could make that wild card.
Yeah, but
But
we can't.
there's
because
so
we
many
got beat to the
teams
Bills.
involved.
So we got
What?
beat by the Bills.
Haven't you got to
So-
play them again? Or did
So
they
if the
beat both
Bills
times?
if the Bills were the one last night,
And we're beating you in Miami as well.
right? Okay. So if the Bills are the one last, if you want to put a bet on that, I'll give you whatever odds you want.
I like that. Give me a minute to think. You carry on talking shite and I'll think of odds.
So the Bills, if the
Right.
Bills were the one last night,
Yeah. Has anyone watched this game?
no.
I literally got up, read that Mac Jones
I
had
seen
three
two or three.
free attempts. I
And the
went,
Patriots
I'm
won.
not watching that
Yeah,
I
game.
thought it was a mistake. I woke up for a shite this morning.
Yeah.
I thought, right, let's check how right, straight away.
2 or 3,
See-
19 yards, Patriots win. I was like, Absolutely never watching that.
Yeah,
The only time I've ever seen a quarterback throw 2-3 times is Army and Navy in college football. That's the only time.
Do you know what happened pre-game? Bill Belichick wore a Navy face mask.
Bell end.
Did he?
It's Army Navy game this weekend as well, so it's the whole.
Bill Belichick wore the Navy face mask and then done what the Navy did and just ran the ball and nothing else.
I genuinely thought it was a mistake. It's like
I
10-5 in the
I
morning.
thought so.
Like
I thought someone said that. Going, what's that? Fucking. Like, so, but then the first thing I read was Mac Jones only completes 2 throws. I'm like, oh, this is going to be hilarious. Get in. And then read, I was like, for fuck's sake.
yeah,
And
21 carries, Harrison Stevens.
I think the next thing I read was Mac Jones only completes 2 throws, and the next tweet was Mac Jones gets 66% completion
in a huge win.
Patriots win at Buffalo.
So the reason
in bad weather win at Buffalo.
the reason I want to stay away from this game or watching it is because you just know everyone's going to be like, oh, it's so Belichick. It's so Belichick. I mean, the biggest home advantage is Buffalo in the snow, Buffalo in the elements, and he's gone and done it.
Didn't Sean McDermott come out after the game and say...
Don't need to give Belichick any more credit than he deserves.
Good. Well done,
In other words, don't ask me about Belichick. Fuck off.
But no. So if the Bills would have won, we played the Patriots last game of the season.
Right, it would have
So
been
that would have been...
all to play
Don't worry
for.
about it. We're beating you.
I've just said, place whatever bet you want.
I want to see who Patriots have got left.
I'll have a gentleman's £10,
Obviously.
and I want 9-1.
9-1. I'll give you 15-1 and you make it 20 quid.
How much if I just keep it at 10?
6-1.
Oh, give over. Listen to this.
What? Just put more of your money where your mouth is, and you get more for your money.
Let me have a look.
More bang for your
The
buck.
risk has got to match the reward.
The problem is,
You get more bang for your buck.
we've only had one bet this season,
I know,
and you've won it.
Which
Oh,
is
we've got
what?
2.
We've only got.
Oh no,
Moore
we've
and
got
Waddle.
2. Oh no, we've had 2. And you lost that one as well.
No, I've paid out on that.
No, you haven't paid me though. You haven't paid me yet.
On the draft.
Yeah.
It was on the cornerback Satan going to the
You
Cowboys.
haven't paid me though.
Yeah, I got paid out.
No, paid,
No.
paid
Super Bowl. Everything's paid Super Bowl, you know that.
So you actually owe me like
40
quid.
Patrick Satan farce 20 quid.
So you owe me 40 quid. So you may as well make it around 60. And if not, then you'll be up, won't
Yeah,
you?
go on. 20 quid, 15-1.
Yes. Fucking get in there.
Go Jets.
Easy money. Feel a little sweat on his hand there as well. He's fucking sweat.
It's all about your sweat. I'm all about losing 20 quid than him losing 300.
I'm just
Fuck's sake.
I'm losing bets left.
Right,
and centre
fuck fantasy. I'm not asked about it. There's no fantasy update.
What do you mean there's no fantasy update? I'm in the playoffs.
I'm in the playoffs.
In what? Which one?
No, in the proper one with money on the line. Doing that.
Well, in both leagues, I'm in the
Oh,
playoffs.
I'm on about the
Top
one
of the tree in the dynasty.
I'm
which
in the
is what
one-
you're
yeah.
talking
Yeah,
about.
we're not asked about that. We don't talk about that one in this draft.
Well, we do. 'cause
Second
it's
in the
playoff
listener
time
league.
now, innit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I beat top dog Eskimo brothers.
Where am I in that listening league? Because I don't.
You're just on the edge of the
I
playoffs. You know.
don't do
Yeah,
You're
you've
one
never-
game
you've
out.
never- You've never
I don't
done
do
your
my
teams.
Tom, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, I can tell that because it's like Eskimo brothers top like with 21 changes. Me then with 20,
I didn't
and then
do.
you're with like one change.
I didn't
all
do
season.
any fantasy this week, and I didn't lose. I didn't win a single game.
Right, let me show you. Let's have a look at this this league standing. So, top, I'm sure it's Eskimo brothers.
He was top by
Yeah.
one game.
So 8 and 5. I've gone level after
Yeah.
beating them. But points for, I'm second.
Yeah.
They've made 34 roster moves. I've made 32.
Right. So
Tony's 6th. You've made 3 roster moves all year. So
I think that was
third,
insane.
Where am I?
When I logged
Where
in
am I
once.
now?
you're in the hunt. Who's team?
Am I not top 4 no more? No.
No. Team name TBD.
Oh, fucked it. Sheehan.
Am I in the hunt?
No.
I fucked it. I was top 4 for ages as
So
well.
Oh,
You-
so I could have won. I could have
So
won. if
team
I'd
name
have done the
TBD
team.
are also on 8 and 5. So the top 3, Eskimo brothers, me, and team name TBD
Yeah.
are all 8 and 5. Then it's you and EFC Denver, both on 7 and 6.
I'll do my team
Now I
next week.
think it's the last regular season game as well.
It
Isn't
is, yeah.
So who am I
So-
playing?
In fact, it
Who am
depends.
I playing so I can fix it?
depends,
so that
doesn't it? It depends how many-
I'll tell you now.
whoever needs a win, I'll just sub everyone out.
So I
Well, I've got it without LeBron.
oh
Heads up, me v UFC Denver. Oh, Tony, get in.
Rob versus
Play again.
Tony.
Oh, I'll drop everyone. I'll log in.
And EFC Denver have got Mark, who's bottom.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh,
I'll have to drop,
fuck's
I'll
sake.
have to drop everyone.
Mark's 3 and 10.
How's your head-to-head record? Otherwise, you're not through.
don't know.
Mark is.
I'll just change it. I'll change how you go through.
Jesus.
So Mark's always going on about how he's, really hard
so
done
bad.
to. And he always says that I'm bottom, but I shouldn't be. He's easily the lowest scorer in the league.
How many changes have you done?
21.
He's doing his team every week.
I finish above him.
How many changes have I done? I don't think I've done my team in about 3 weeks.
10.
There you go.
There you go. And I'm still fucking up.
We're not on a jersey this time.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, but Mark's buying it, so it's
Whoever
sound.
finished bottom.
Whoever finishes bottom buys it, so Mark's buying it.
Has he agreed to this though?
Well, that's what's
It's
happening.
the same. It's the same every year.
I was thinking, why
It's
are
like free.
why are you two not asked if we're going to have to buy a jersey?
It's
for
3
the-
on against 4.
Well, I thought
You
I'd
know what I
guarantee playoffs,
Aye.
to be honest. That's why I'm not.
And I knew I was going to finish above Mark,
Yeah.
whether I'd done my team or not.
Yeah, but we do have to
We're
buy
going to
someone a
need you
jersey.
to win, so we've got equal representation in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'll sort myself out, Tony.
We also, well, I'll make sure you win.
Nice one, Tony.
So we're
Oh,
unlucky EFC Denver. Thanks for playing, but we're just fixing it because we can.
It's our league.
Right.
I'm gonna do my team. What
next
you
week-
don't know is that I'm actually really shit at fantasy, and I always pick the wrong players. So,
Have
how much money? Wait, one
you got
second.
Sky Bet on your phone
1
anymore?
second. How much? No. Bad from gambling addiction.
First step is admitting it.
I just placed a 20 quid bet with you for 15 to 1.
I'm just
How
writing
much
down
is-
my notes now.
How much is the Dynasty League? How much is in the pot for when I win it? Because my team's fucking really good.
You're top scoring quite a lot, aren't
yeah.
you?
My team's really, really good. Considering I traded all my draft picks for 2 and I got slated.
Well, Tom,
My team's
No,
really,
it was,
really
no, it
good.
wasn't. It was the
my
fact that
team shit, and Tom gave me a chance to get all right next year, but I didn't take it.
Come on,
Told you what
carry
happened.
on. Just carry on with
I
this
think,
story.
I think we're looking at half the league in, so I think you're looking
What
at
do you mean we're looking at?
£120.
You're the fucking boss.
No, I've told you. I said I
Only
don't
about
want anything to do with it.
about 5 was in it, I think.
So I think you're £100,
£20 a
and it
month.
rolls over if you don't win it. So if
Yeah,
someone, sorry,
you've got
if
to
someone-
win it.
somebody-
So
If someone who's not in it doesn't win it,
yeah.
So
If I win it, then it rolls over.
So
to
who's
next
in? Who's in? Am I the only one that's really in the chance of winning it?
well, me and Mark are in, so yeah.
year.
You'd have to-
Lee paid up,
you'd have
and
to
I
go
don't think
back.
he's.
You have to go back and find
I'll have a-
out.
I think did Ian pay in because Ian will be in the playoffs.
Yeah, Ian
Right.
paid in.
Ian's in.
Right, go on, let's do the games next week. We can go home.
He doesn't want to talk about Dynasty, does he?
No, 'cause he's fucking terrible.
Nothing to do with this podcast, Dynasty.
It's named far from
yeah,
Lombardi.
it's literally got the name of the podcast, and
Right.
I smash it every week.
Fuck,
I don't even know.
You never played the first season.
I don't even know. Right?
You're not in the group for starters.
Yeah, because everyone's a cunt. I don't like being in groups.
I,
where-
You know what, I have to put a
where-
message in the WhatsApp and then copy and paste it and put it in the.
I did a pod.
It fucking winds me up when people
I don't
just
wanna-
start don't agree to whatever I want. So I just leave the group.
I done the other podcast last week with someone who's friends with someone in the group, and he was like, yeah, "I think my mate's in your group." And I was like, "Oh right," and he's like, "Yeah, yeah." He was saying he's close to being top or something. I was like, "Oh right." I was like, "What's his name?" And he told me, he went, "I bet you I've called him a cunt."
That's why he doesn't care about that league.
Yeah, because he's 3 and 10.
3 and 10.
Yeah, I'm tanking, aren't I? Right, Thursday night game. You know what my problem is? I put too much faith in Clarence Relay and it's fucked me big time. I've got no other running backs.
Well, the thing is, I traded all of my picks for one player, and yet I'm fucking set up for this year.
No, it was the Devante Adams trade that's done it.
Yeah.
You know that.
Right, Vikings and
You were
Steelers.
desperate.
Yeah, I was.
Vikings and Steelers. Vikings are favourites on a free handicap.
Steelers win that one, don't they?
No, that's too.
No, Vikings win. Vikings lose, win. So they're going to win that one.
Yeah,
And everyone's going to say, "Oh, Vikings are fighting for it again."
Give me Vikings. I just don't know what to.
Ooh, this one's a Panthers Falcons.
Oh my god! I'm gonna go with the Falcons because Cam Newton's finished.
I'm going.
They could-
Oh yeah, there's no McCaffrey.
They
I'm
can't
going
throw the ball,
Falcons.
and
as well.
they can't throw the balls.
Genuinely could start PJ Walker ahead of Cam in that game.
Oh, I would fucking love that, Rob Thomas.
We had
Oh,
the bet, haven't we?
we had a bet.
Cam
Cam's
Newton,
finished.
12 touchdowns this season.
Oh,
He's on 6, isn't he?
No, he's on 4. You lying cunt.
No,
are we having
he's on
rushing
4.
He's well?
He's on 6
Oh,
total.
yeah, sorry.
He's on 4 out of 10.
He was, yeah. So
It was 10 with the main. We said 12 total. He'd already scored 2 at that point,
Okay.
so he needed 10, and he's got 4 so far.
Yeah, give me Falcons.
Oh, if he doesn't play,
I'm going
if he
Panthers.
doesn't play, if
Panthers
he doesn't play, that's it. Then
just
he
to back
never
me
plays
bet.
again.
Panthers just to back me
You know, if
bet.
he doesn't start, he doesn't play again.
Yeah, here's an interesting one.
Could be him.
Browns, Ravens. Browns are 2-point favourite.
Browns, because
Baker's
Ravens
still
are
injured.
banged up to fuck.
So's Baker.
But Chubb.
Yeah, Chubb and Cunt are both back. Yeah, suppose
Yeah,
we Chubb and Hunt
Browns.
back to different game altogether. Texans,
I don't
Seahawks,
like-
not even
I
worth
don't-
betting
I
on.
don't like
Seahawks.
any of these. Any of the shite teams this week, I think they all could win. Like, I think the potential Seahawks lose that game.
I'm going Seahawks, I think. I think it's, again,
Texans are that.
Seahawks just a drive into the heart of the Jets. Chiefs, Raiders. Chiefs, I think.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Already smashed
Maybe
them
not
once.
on the handicap, though. Raiders on the handicap.
Yeah, possibly.
8.5's tasty.
Jets, Saints, 5.5.
Jets win that.
I like the Jets.
I like the Jets. Zach Wilson's been better, so I like the Jets in this. And also, I'd love the
I'd
Jets.
take the Jets on the
I'd love the
handicap.
Jets to win just to fuck up the draft position that little bit more.
Yeah, but
I'll take
We've
the
got-
Jets on the handicap.
too early first, so if there's someone they love, trade up and get them.
Titans,
Jets.
Jags. Julio Jones is
So
back.
I think the Jags could.
Titans.
I think the Jags could just win that one.
They could, but Julio Jones being back, I think, makes a big
Jags
difference.
can't win in a tombola.
Washington, Dallas,
Have that as a call
big.
next week.
I'll get
Big.
it on a t-shirt.
I just
Who are we talking about here?
Washington, Dallas.
Dallas.
Big game.
Dallas.
Dallas can't afford to lose.
It's in Dallas as well, yeah.
No, it's in Washington.
Still give me Dallas.
yeah, Dallas.
Tempted-
Lions
Tempted to go Washington.
Lions win next week.
Broncos,
Jared Goff.
Lions.
Jared Goff doesn't have a game-winning touchdown. Game-winning drive. So Lions win.
I like
Lions
the
win.
I like the handicap because the Lions have kept games
Yeah.
closer
Yeah,
than they should.
I'm
be.
going Broncos.
Lions win. Blow them
I
out
hope-
early
I
doors.
hope- I
Lions handicap.
Blow them out early doors. 30-0 early doors. Just
Chargers,
rest Jared
Giants.
Goff.
Chargers.
Chargers, no Daniel Jones.
Chargers by a
Chargers.
million.
Yeah. Bengals, 49ers. This has been an interesting game. 1.5 points in it to Bengals.
Bengals.
Is Burrow going to be fine? He finished the
That's a-
game, didn't he?
He played the game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I fancy Bengals myself, but 49ers, that's the little thing with 49ers. They're the cunts. They're like the Steelers.
Bucks, Tampa Bay Buccaneers absolutely smash the Buffalo Bills because that's what I need now. We're against the Buffalo Bills.
You need the
every
Bills to
game.
get on loss.
I really need the Bills to win this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you need,
I
you
really
need
need
the
the
Bills
Bills
to
to
win.
Packers, Bears.
Oh, you're gonna be supporting the Dolphins last game of the season, then, aren't you?
To be fair, of the AFC East teams, if it came down to it, I'd want it to be the Dolphins.
You'd fancy the Dolphins more to beat the
Well,
Patriots.
I'd want them over the Patriots for a start.
fancy
and I'd,
them
and I'd
more
want
to
them
win.
over.
Fancy them to win?
No,
Why?
I won't fancy them. No, Dolphins in it.
Packers, Bears.
Packers.
Packers.
Yeah, all day. I own you.
Oh yeah, we could. That'd be nice to have that again. In fact, I'd even have the Packers -11.
Cardinals, Rams. Big this one. Big
Big
game.
game. Big game though.
Big game.
Massive.
But do you know what makes me
I
feel like
fancy the Rams in
I
this.
feel like the Cardinals.
I fancy the Rams.
You know why I feel like the Cardinals? Because Kyler Murray's not getting it. Aaron Donald's not getting near him.
Big shout that.
Because
Because he's rapid and he's little and
Yeah.
just fucking up. Definitely.
I'm going Rams, mate.
that's
I
a
just
massive statement. If the
Rams to make it
Cardinals can win.
interesting. Man, if Cardinals win, he done double over them, haven't he?
That's a big statement. If Cardinals can win that,
Rams haven't been great though, have they? Last few
But they
games.
can be. I'm going Rams.
I think. I think
That's just what I don't want the Rams to win. I want it to be more entertaining.
I'm with you there.
So I'm going with what I
Well,
want.
that
Going with my heart.
that realistically should be the Rams Chiefs game from the other year.
Oh, that'd be
that-
great.
that's what
A
that should
lovely
be.
little
What, the
shootout.
55, 54.
Yeah, a lovely shootout.
Yeah, that's what that should
Yeah,
be.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah, the over there.
Right, sweet. Thank you very much.
What do you mean?
That's us done.
Well, I'm fucking the host. It's not you fucking. You're
Sorry,
not fucking
mate.
ending the podcast right now.
Sorry,
Well,
mate.
can you do it quickly? Because I've got an hour and a half drive home.
You haven't
I
got an hour and a half.
Didn't even take you an hour and a half to get here, and the traffic's dead.
Don't half milk it.
Late night shopping at the Trafford Centre. It's an hour and 3/4 drive home for me. You know?
Fuck off.
You've just said there was an hour and a half.
It's nearly
15 minutes
it's
gone
nearly,
up.
it's nearly 2
It
hours.
took you 15 minutes less than the hour and a half.
It's about 2 hours 10
So
minutes.
you're coming
for me
back
to get
next
home.
week?
See what the money situation is. Christmas, innit?
Well, you're going to be skiing because you've just lost another bet to me.
I know.
In fact, no, that game's on bye, so it'll be the week after. So you can come next week.
I need to stay away from Mark until he forgets about this bet.
He's never
He's
forgetting.
never forget.
Mark's already counted.
It's the only time in
Mark's
his life he's been right.
Mark's already spent that on Christmas presents.
And his hoodie. That's where the hoodie
Probably
came
what it
from.
is, yeah. Probably what it is.
Send me the bill, Mark.
I'll take it all back, Mark. I like your hoodie now that I know that Tom's paid for it. Right, and that's us. We'll see you next week. If you can, please like and subscribe. Please follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Please make us more popular than Rob's other podcast.
Yeah,
because
please, yeah.
I fucking would hate for him to do well off his other podcast and this one not be left in the side.
Now, you know what's going to happen? Stateside Sports will take off. Your other podcast will take off.
Yeah.
And then it'll
And maybe you and Mark.
be me and Mark. And we won't even record. We'll just do it on Zoom. We won't even record the Zoom. We'll just chat on Zoom for an hour.
People can watch. People can join the Zoom meeting.
Go to a lovely cup of tea and just film it there over
It's
a cup of tea.
the only way to listen to the podcast is to join the Zoom meeting. But you got to stay on mute because Mark will get fucking all antsy if you start talking.
Right.
Ta-da.
Ta-ra.